Ho, it's been a long time, everyone, but welcome back to Ships Worldwide, the podcast where we pit East versus West. I'm Tanner,
But they also come together.
but they also come together, of course. As I said, I'm Tanner,
And I'm Adrian.
and
Joining us.
we have a special guest this week.
Yes.
Yes,
For our return episode.
our friend of the podcast, Nino. Say hello.
Hello everyone. My
Any-
name's Nino.
Anyone who's seen our posts of our Discord to
Yes.
Twitter will probably see him as that guy who says stuff occasionally.
The blue guy.
Yeah.
The blue guy, yes.
Yes.
International man of mystery. Some say his skin is still blue to this day and yet not a member of the Blue Man Group. So,
So,
we've been gone for a while.
yes.
We took a bit of a break, what with there being starting new phases of our lives.
I moved out into my own place with some friends.
I went back to teaching, which is this year's an adventure and a half, shall I say? But things have settled down a bit.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
now we're back. We're gonna try to keep a schedule for as long as we can until things
Yes.
inevitably fall apart again, because that's how life is when you're an adult.
Oh, yeah.
But so we're gonna go over what's some of the stuff that we've been looking at in this whole time period of how things
So
are going.
even though 3 months have passed, I haven't been able to play a lot.
Yeah, right.
Because the whole moving out and getting everything adjusted to my new life. But let's start with it's kind of all over the place. But I played through Bowser's Inside Story 3DS
Yeah.
the whole way through. The original, not the original, but like not the the extra part.
Bowser's Minions, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bowser
so you
Jr.
just played the base
I just
game
started
there.
that,
Okay.
but like I finished the original, the actual story, and it holds up. I'm definitely I'm not like the biggest fan of like the
Graphical style.
Dream Team style.
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of the more pixely, but like other than that,
Sprite art is like the original
Yeah.
sprite art has a clean style to it, where Dream Team is kind of more shaded over, which they both have their ups and downs.
but the music is like better than the original, which was surprising. The ending boss was easy because someone decided or told me that level 40 was the level you needed to be by the end
Okay.
game.
I can explain. All right.
Okay.
So in the original Bowser's Inside Story, in the Mario and Luigi games, you have ranks depending on your level, and in Bowser's Inside Story on the DS, you needed to be level 40 to get to the final rank. But as I recently figured out, you only need to be level 30 in the 3DS version to get the final rank. So,
So
kinda
it
went in
made it a
over
bit
level.
easier, I
I
guess.
spent a good day grinding to level 40.
Okay, but grinding's fun though.
Yeah, it was all
It's
right.
nice to chill with. I like a good grind every now
Yeah,
and then. Pop
but
on a
then-
video and just play one-handed.
I remember Dark Bowser being really difficult, but this time it was not difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Well, you
pretty
gotta
fun.
remember, Mario and Luigi games are also a test of your action skills,
Mhm. For sure.
and on top of being stat games. So there is the fact that you've played the boss before, you know all the tricks, you know when to do the specific dodges and such.
Yeah.
As a gamer, you've leveled up.
But-
Yeah, you've imprinted the inputs into your mind.
Yeah, it's been a while, but some of the moves there was like, what, I don't remember this at all. But they might have like added some, but oh well.
Maybe.
Then I did all the gauntlet stuff, and that was
Did you fight the Shroob boss?
oh yeah. I
Okay.
completely forgot the Shroobs were in this
I know.
game.
The only reason I remember, because that's one of the only times the Shroobs have ever came up again.
You know the puzzle that you have to like open up the vault to get in?
No.
Do you know?
I don't recall.
It was like you have to go around like Bowser's path to look at the science and get all the info collected to hit which like blocks you
Oh,
need.
because you need to hit like certain switches in order to get into the
Yeah.
Shroob room. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I do
and,
remember that.
At my I couldn't figure it out, and my roommates helped me do it. So
No.
pretty
Everyone come around together and
yeah,
try and solve this puzzle in a babby game.
yeah, pretty
Yep,
much.
sounds good. That's what true friendship is.
But yeah, moving past that, Death Stranding finally came out between
did?
the time of our hiatus there, and the moment right now, I'm really getting into it. It's finally starting to click for me.
Okay.
About 20 hours in.
The Stockholm syndrome is setting in.
Oh.
No, it's actually like really enjoyable. Like there's a part where like you sail across the sea, and that's where the game like fully starts to like make sense.
I'm sorry, wait, there's a sea? Doesn't this take place in central United States?
Maybe a big lake.
Okay, fair enough. There's
a cutscene where they're going over water.
Okay.
But yeah, do you have any questions? Because I think...
Well, I mean, I did a 2-hour quick look on it there, right? So, I mean, I wasn't personally playing, but I was there with the experience giving out Norman Reedus facts. Did you watch that video?
Not yet.
Oh my god, you need to, because I learned some things about Norman Reedus that make him... He is a real-life Kojima character. It is buck wild. Let me tell you, Snake is involved.
Really?
As him as a real-life person, and we made Kingdom Hearts jokes that wrap back into being real.
Oh my god.
It's... Yeah, I'd go watch... I don't want to spoil it. Go watch it. It's up on Hellfire Commentaries.
There you go. But yeah, it's there's a lot of part where it is just walking, but it's like puzzle walking. You know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense, yeah.
Where you have to like traverse terrain, and like the way like community works in this game, and like people helping each other. It's like, I can't find a way across this gap or this valley, and then there could be like someone who put a ladder down that helped you out, and like, that feels really good because like one, like they know like they help someone when they get like the likes, and you can like mash
that like button.
Mash the like button, fam. There's been some boss battles. I don't want to spoil anything, but
okay, yeah, it's brand new, makes sense.
Yeah. BTs are pretty terrifying. I haven't been. Well, I did get grabbed.
Have you thrown a pea grenade at them?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Weaponized pea.
Do you have any questions you know about Death Stranding?
No, I kind of want to go in like as blind as possible, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting the game at this point. I've heard a lot of good things from other people on other chats that I've been in. So
yeah, it's the majority voice has been like the gamers who have like played like 1 minute of it, and it's an instantly like...
Well, it's just like that Kojima quote of Americans don't understand a game if they're not carrying a gun, right?
And that pissed a lot of people off, but it's true.
I mean, honestly, because when he's like, have I ever said it's a first-person shooter? I've not. There are sections where a gun is used, but that is not the main purpose of the game.
No, definitely
right?
not.
And that's the thing, right?
I'm in the middle of a pizza delivery mission, so it's a bit
bit weird, actually, come to think of it, because you literally got out of that business and now you're into pizza delivery. If only you got likes in real life for your pizza deliveries.
I'd rather just tips.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or you could get paid like normal wage with likes, because then you get guaranteed money. Sorry, I hate tipping. I hate it. I hate the idea of tipping. To me, it's just like, how guilty do you feel that this person is a slave under capitalism?
Once you get that like $20 tip,
but I've never ever worked a job where I got tips ever. So for me, I don't like it. I've only been the one paying the tips, right? So whenever I always pay with my card, right? So they hand me the machine and it comes up with like, how much do you want it tip? And I'm like, how guilty do I feel about you? It's like, let's press 15%. Okay. And then it comes up and it's like $7 and I'm like, okay, sure.
That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a good tip, yeah.
But yeah, Death Stranding, it's I can't put on my Game of the Year list because
you still have a lot to go, right?
So a lot to go, but I'm enjoying it.
You're not a game journalist who formulates their opinion before they fully complete the game. Yep.
Yeah, of course. Well, before, like near the beginning, it was kind of like, oh, I'm going this distance, I might as well like watch or like put on a YouTube video in the back. But now it's like everything's so involved now that you actually have to be paying attention the whole time, because there's like the guys who try to steal your packages a lot, and just
UPS
the rain.
employees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Past that, Pokemon also came out during the
Yes.
hiatus, and you also played this, Tanner.
I have actually beat it.
I
I'm just on the post game right now.
I'm like 5 hours in.
Okay.
How about you, Nino?
I haven't gotten it.
No? Okay, so
No.
can't really talk about
Okay, but there's no real
Well, I don't really mind
spoilers.
the spoiler stuff.
Yeah, that's like
I've been in our spoiler
Oh,
chat
yeah.
on the Discord. looking at
spoiler.
stuff, so-
There's 8 gyms.
Oh my god.
But how do you feel about the game?
I actually really liked it.
Yeah?
I think it is a better first step because the first new Pokemon game on any console is always like it's not always fully developed.
It can't
shall
go
we
as
say.
far as it could.
Diamond and Pearl were incredibly slow games. They like the DS struggled to play them because they're bad at programming. X and Y had the small character models and the glitches that deleted your save data. So it's like every time they go to a new system, the first one is always like them getting to grips with it, and then the next one is where they start to rock it, right? And I definitely feel like, well, it's still true. There's still, you see every now and then you'll see something that you're like, that looks a bit weird, or something will just, not be fully developed there. It is probably the best first game of a Pokemon game on a new system. It's really good.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I found it.
There was Let's Go on the Switch, right?
You're not wrong,
But that wasn't a gen, I don't think.
but this was actually developed in tandem with it, and you can see
okay,
that
okay.
there is a few things they took from Let's Go, but there's other things that you're like, boy, I kind of wish that from Let's Go was in here. Like, for example, in Let's Go, all the Pokemon are 100% to scale. So if you like when they send out that Onix versus like your starting Pokemon, Onix is giant and you're tiny, right? Where in this one, when you fight an Onix, it's still big, but it's not as big, which is strange when there's the Dynamax stuff. But and you could make him big, but
And Onyx was like the first Pokemon I ran into in the wild area.
oh yeah, it's right there at the
Yeah.
entrance, and it is big, but
Scary.
that's not in battle though, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, I'd like it if in battle there was a bit more to scale, but otherwise, like playing through it, it's I think story wise, it's
It definitely hit that Pokemon opening feeling.
stupid in its story, but I'm not talking like X and Y stupid where it's like obvious villain stuff. It's more fun stupid because as it ramps up, there's just stuff that happens that is just wild. And I will say character wise, it's really good. I like the characters.
How do you feel about your rival?
Oh,
people just
he was awesome.
Called him a copy of How.
No, God, they are completely different. Within the first 5 hours,
Yeah.
yes, but his story goes a very different place, and it is very refreshing.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that then. Yeah, I'll probably get into it after Death Stranding. Then I have so many other games to play.
Right?
God.
You know what I told my kids? They're like, Mr. B, you're an adult. You could play any video game you want. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have time to play any of them. And they're like, that sounds horrible. And I'm like, yeah,
It is.
that's the nightmare of being an adult.
You have all the money, but you don't
All the
know
money, but
timing.
none of the time.
But that's about all I've been playing, other than like the things in between, like Smash and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Smash is a forever game.
Yeah.
You know? It's like you'll pop that bad boy in whenever.
In terms of what I've been watching, I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the new Tarantino movie.
Tarantino, yeah.
So I watched this without knowing the backstory of like what it was based on.
Oh, it's based
So
on something.
So yeah, it's based off the Manson murders.
Really?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So if you want to see this movie, make sure to read up on it before, because then the ending will hit harder. Because when it ended, I'm like, what? So I researched it, and then after the movie and everything, and it made a whole bunch of more sense. So I want to rewatch it now with the knowledge before. Have you seen it, Nino?
No, I haven't.
No? All right.
Do you know about the Manson murders?
No, I don't.
Okay, because I was going to say, I bet you that's something that our American listeners probably know more about. But I guess that's obvious that it's not exactly true. It's one of those things where, you hear about it, but you actually have no idea what it is because you don't know it, right? So, okay.
There are feet a lot.
I was going to ask,
yeah.
on a scale of 1 to feet, how Tarantino is it?
It's feet.
Oh, boy.
It's definitely a refreshing movie in terms of his like...
Of how many feet there are.
No. I mean, like... His movies are like notoriously violent all the way through.
Yes.
And the violence doesn't really... It's really like... It builds up to the violence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when the violence happens, it happens.
Okay,
And
cool.
it's both hilarious and like disturbing.
That's a good combo.
Yeah. But yeah, really good. Go see it. I don't think it's my favorite Tarantino movie. Still Django, for sure.
Django's real good.
Yeah. After that, I watched one episode of The Mandalorian, the new Star Wars TV show on Disney Plus there, and yeah, it's definitely what I want out of Star Wars.
Baby Yoda.
It was at the very end of that
Baby
episode,
Yoda?
so I only saw
Baby
like a
Yoda?
second.
Baby Yoda, Keanu Reeves.
What?
Baby Yoda, Keanu Reeves, The Witcher.
What?
What?
My phone fell. I
What,
can't like escape this.
You don't like Reddit?
What?
That's what Reddit likes, dude. Baby Yoda, Keanu Reeves, and The Witcher. If
Like,
you just
in
use
one?
you just say any of those things and you get upvoted forever.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm planning to watch it once I get off for winter vacation and I can get that 7 days free of Disney Plus. We'll watch all of it and then cancel that subscription because they ain't getting my money.
Really?
There's not much I want on there.
But you get access to all the Disney. Most of the Disney.
There's not much that I want on there.
Okay.
It's a case of like I don't want to I've already watched all of it. Like I've watched almost every Disney thing. I don't need to rewatch most of it, I feel.
Yeah, just play Kingdom Hearts.
Right? Exactly. Cuz there you can do air combos on the Disney things.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Well, what about all the Marvel shows that are coming?
Oh yeah, when they come out,
Oh, okay.
I'll probably use another one of my emails to get another 7 days to watch the whole thing at once and then cancel again.
But they do it in weeks. It's like a weekly thing. They post an episode. It's not all
Then
at once
I'll
like
wait
Netflix.
till it's all done.
There you go. You're
And I'm big brain.
you're foolproof.
I know, right?
Are you getting it, Nino, at all? Are you gonna get Disney
Actually,
Plus?
I do have Disney Plus, but it's another family member's account, and I think it's limited by how many TVs you connect the account to,
Yeah.
or like how many devices or whatever. So I only have it on one TV in my house, and it's not the one in my room. So I'm often not actually watching anything on there.
Fair enough. Knives Out. I saw. You know that movie?
I yes, and I heard a very interesting thing. I've heard this movie is Persona 4.
It is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go see it.
It goes that many layers deep.
I'm gonna go see it. Yep.
When you think it's like, oh, the mystery is solved, there's another layer, and then another layer.
Good. I want to. Yeah, I like that.
It's
I like that.
it's so good. There's a reason why it's like being like on the nominees list for movie of the year.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah. Acting's brilliant. Daniel Craig's brilliant. Seeing Chris Evans in a role that's not Captain America, it's refreshing, and it also seems for him because he's like enjoying himself. You can tell, and it's like it was an awesome movie. So go see it, Nino. Go see it. Everyone listening.
Okay.
Nino.
Yeah, I'll see it.
Okay.
Yeah, he needed that verbal confirmation.
Yes.
He couldn't look you
Sorry.
in the eyes over the internet, or
What are you
the fact
talking
that you're
about?
wearing
I'm right here,
or the fact that
You
you're
can see
wearing
my
a
face.
blue suit.
Yeah, we've only seen this man in a blue suit. Even then, it might be like photoshopped.
No, it's not. I wear a blue suit.
Like
Alright.
we're talking about one of those like Zentai suits, the ones that are like the head to toe. That's what we're talking. We're not talking about like a blue like dress shirt.
I thought you were talking about my two-piece suit.
No,
No,
we're
no,
talking
no.
about the blue Zentai thing because
Yeah.
that's all
Oh.
we've ever seen you in.
Well, I wear that too. so.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
And then finally, JoJo Part 7, but we will be talking about that once Nino leaves because he doesn't want to be spoiled.
Yeah,
because
I don't read
I've
the
read-
JoJo's. I just watch it.
I've read the entire part and I have a lot of thoughts. So.
Okay, I'm excited, and also get ready for me to say, God, I don't remember any of that because I read it so long ago.
I was reading it. I was reacting to it with Beat, one of our other friends on Discord, and he's like, "Oh, I don't remember that at all." Yeah. It's like that happened.
It's what's the longest part.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that happens that once, even after you binge it, you'll well, like even there's stuff like I was watching today, it was a montage of 1 second of every JoJo episode, and I was like, "Yo, remember when they fought an orangutan?"
Yeah, I remember
It's
that.
like, do you remember? Like, there's just all these like random things that you completely forget
There's
about.
even stuff in Part 7, early Part 7. Then I'm like, "Oh, what did that do again?"
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, JoJo's one of those things that it's like, It doesn't matter. You've read it, you will forget parts, which will make you go, right, I remember it's weird.
That lends itself to rewatchability and
absolutely.
rereadability,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely going to be talking about that later on.
Okay.
And that's all I've been reading / playing. So, next, Tanner.
All right, so there's a couple things I've done, mostly my stuff for Let's Plays, so I'll be covering a bit of that there, but I finished Fate Stay Night.
Wow.
It took 115 parts to do. That game is so big, and there's a 100% completion award for it.
Is there?
There is a completion reward for it, which is wild for a game that the gameplay is just reading. And let me tell you, it is one of the best completion rewards I've ever got in a video game.
What is it?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
Oh,
But I guess it's not super spoiler. Basically, the game has like the 3 routes, right? The first route is the Fate route. It's the Saber route. The second route is Unlimited Blade Works. It's the Rin route. The third route is Sakura's route, Heaven's Feel. But once you complete all 3, get every ending, including every bad ending where you die horribly. And let me tell you, I mean horribly. You get messed up in these endings. There's all in all like 48 endings. Once you get them all, you unlock what's called the final episode, which is actually an epilogue to the very first ending, Saber's ending, which, oh man, I was excited, right? And it was the most beautiful thing, and I literally cried.
What?
Like, in that video, I'm crying as I read it. And it's like, I'm like, oh my god. So that was amazing. One of my favorite video games of all time. Arguably one of my favorite books of all time. But I'm right now just watching now the anime of it, the first one, the one that people say is bad, and yeah, there's some jank in there. But going back now with my knowledge of the whole thing, you like the amount of foreshadowing in it. It's like I'm watching it now and I'm like, oh my god, they'll just say one line and I'll like convulse knowing what happens in the future. So it's I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. So my next step's gonna be finishing that anime and then moving on to the prequel, which is done by another studio, which is the most, people say it's one of the best animated things ever. So it's like for visuals, like it is a spectacular spectacle. So I'm really excited to see that.
So you do know this cannot be on your Game of the Year list, I hope.
Okay, so real talk, my Game of the Year list, I literally divided it into 2019 games and games that I just played in 2019. So don't worry, I have a normal list. But then at the bottom, I have like the amendments of like, well, what about stuff I just played?
That's what I have too.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you have that, Nino, or?
yeah, I actually do. Technically, I do.
Hey,
Okay, cool.
Look at that. Perfect.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about this, and we all got it figured out.
Then the other thing I played was Indivisible. So I'm almost done.
This game's been invisible to my interests lately.
So, I mean, I really, really enjoyed it. But it's very clear now that I'm getting to the ending that it could have used probably a bit more time in the oven just for that ending part.
Huh.
For one, I'm like it's like any game that has like partner characters where then they all have like their individual like partner missions where you go and do something for them, and when you beat it they get like a level up, for instance, right? Like it's every character has their own personal quest to do. I'm at the part now where I'm going to do characters' personal quests, and then I get to their personal quest boss, and I am literally one-shotting them. I've not grinded in this. Grinding is not possible in this game. And yet I'm just straight up just like one hit. Like literally, I buffed this one character for one attack, instant KO on this one boss. And I'm like, how? I have not been grinding or anything. So it's like going to be Shovel Knight style where they're going to do big content drops every now and then. But like the actual end of the base game, I'm here and I'm like, ooh, could have used a bit more time, just a little bit. But we'll see what happens. I'm enjoying it though. It's still like visually awesome.
Was it like, because you were hyping it up for a while, and like, has it lived up to that hype?
You know what? I'd still say it lived up to the hype. Just that the ending I wish was done a little better, but much like everything nowadays, it'll be patched. But no, it's I find myself enjoying the platforming a lot more than the actual combat.
Okay.
It is. I'm looking at this game sometimes, and I'm like, God, I want to just speed run it. Like it looks, it's a game where you have so many mobility options and stuff that you're just like, I want to just run and jump, and it will feel good, right? It's sort of like you have the maneuverability of like Mega Man X with like dashes and wall jumps and stuff, but you also have like uppercuts and like you can jump into uppercut into super uppercut to do a triple jump, right? Like it's really cool. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. But I'm just reaching the ending, so
Okay.
I'm gonna hopefully wrap that up pretty sometime soon.
Cool.
Then Pokemon Sword, as we've discussed. Not much else to say other than it's a really good Pokemon game. It's I'm enjoying it. I'm very happy. My playthrough, I kind of recorded a bunch and then uploaded them so that people couldn't bombard me with stuff because there's some people who just want to tell me how to play the game,
Well, that's
and I'm
YouTube.
like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm having fun. I will say I played the game with the battle style as set. So that means that when you KO an opponent, it's not like your opponent's gonna send out this Pokemon. Do you want to switch? I turn that off. So that instead it's your Pokemon's out. So whatever they send out, they're gonna send out, right? So that way it up the difficulty. That's a way you can up the difficulty because then you can't just counterpick every time. And I will say like it's really rewarding to play it that way. I think I'll do that definitely as I go through the future playing Pokemon.
And what star did you pick again?
I picked Score Bunny.
Oh, okay.
Because
Oof with those evolutions though.
I like them. I like them a lot. I love Grookey's final evolution.
Oh, me too. But like, Score Bunny's final evolution
So it's good.
looks like it's second evolution. It looks so bad.
What? No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't think
I like
so.
it.
I like it a lot. It's very thick.
I think it's just whatever. I was gonna say Sora from Kingdom Hearts with his baggy pants.
That too.
It just doesn't. It should be buffer. You know, it should be like taller.
Oh, you like him?
No,
you like
oh,
him
no,
muscular.
no.
Okay, I see.
I
how
am
it
not a
goes.
furry.
Okay. I'm not a furry. He says with his big Rillaboom like plush that he keeps in his room.
What?
Yeah, man, you love Rillaboom.
No,
Yeah, you do. It's obvious.
you haven't even been to my new apartment.
I haven't, but I know it's there. But no, it's going good. Oh, you know what though? I'm gonna be real. You're gonna need to look up guides on how to evolve some of these new Pokemon.
No.
Some of the ways you do it are so ridiculous. Some of the like there's one that is the most convoluted method of evolving a Pokemon in any game. And it's like, I'm gonna tell you, it involves numbers and being in a certain place in the world.
Oh God.
It's like it's that, right? I wouldn't have got that one without a guide. It's wild. But that's about it for games for me. Just playing a couple other things, small things, but nothing too noteworthy. And then one thing that we both did, but you won't have too much to say about, is we went to go see One Piece Stampede in the theaters, which is the new One Piece movie. Which, unlike Dragon Ball Super Broly, you kind of need knowledge of the series to watch. So maybe bringing you into it wasn't the best idea.
Yep, this sure is One Piece.
It was One Piece, that's for sure. There was some cool stuff.
Yeah.
The big bad guy, the not Broly, was pretty big.
Yeah.
All things considered. And the way that Luffy wins is the stupidest but smartest thing ever. Punch big.
Okay.
Just punch big. It's like, well, but Luffy, how big punch? That's all you gotta do.
Have you seen it, Nino?
No, I haven't, but
No.
I've seen like clips on Twitter of like
okay.
various animations in the movie.
Yeah,
So-
it's I'd say it's probably one of the best One Piece movies, and it has actual like lore for the series that is important, which is weird because this is something you could only get in an anime, but it reveals the official English way of spelling one of the islands in One Piece, which makes you go, but wait, so we've been calling it the wrong thing for like 15 years? Do you mind if I say what island it is, Nino?
I don't know.
Okay, so you know Raftel?
Mm.
It is laugh tail, as in a tail that you laugh at.
What is it? One of those like RL things?
It is. So everyone used to think it was Raftel, Raftel, right? Which sounds like a kind of a special place, right? It sounds like a
Yeah.
castle, right? But it's actually laugh tail being LAUGH space TALE.
The two words laugh and tail. Okay.
Yes. So it's like that was the one when they said there will be like One Piece lore in the movie. That's what it was, which is interesting, but definitely not mandatory to know for the series, right? And they do say it is actually like important that it's spelled this way, which is weird, but sure, I'll go with it. But yeah, no, it was a good. There was a lot of talk recently about anime movie watching experiences. Oh, and I also watched Promare, but I'll talk about that in just a little sec after this. And how they can be bad. I've actually only ever had good movie watching experiences for anime in theaters, aside from the My Hero Academia movie, because the two guys beside me were talking about their favorite underage anime girls and the stuff they would do to them. It was bad. That was bad. That was bad.
That's cringe,
Don't do
bro.
that. But
Uh-oh.
most of the movies I've watched this year have been anime movies in theaters. I've watched more than a couple, and I think all I'm gonna say is go watch Promare.
Okay, that's I think that's enough.
Watch Promare.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, dude, when it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm buying it and lending it to you because it is a
Could even be a foreign
experience.
exchange.
Yeah, we will.
There you go.
When we get it out on Blu-ray there.
Cool.
It will be. Holy crap.
All right, now I think it's Nino's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I've been playing the recent expansion for Shovel Knight. Both of the recent expansions, Showdown and King of Cards.
How's that been?
They've been good. I'll talk about Showdown first because I have the least to say on it. I've only played through one of the sort of campaigns for it because
There's
all of these
campaigns?
selectable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the selectable characters each have a little story for
I thought it was
themselves.
kind of like a brawler.
It is,
doesn't
but it's
really-
like it's like an arcade mode in a fighting game, right? Where you get a little bit of
okay,
story every here and there.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like, I guess, Smash classic mode type deal where you just go
Okay.
through a bunch of fights. And there's a little bit of dialogue in between some of the fights, but it didn't really amount to much as far as I could tell. I actually didn't beat the campaign because I decided to start on hard, which is the hardest of the three difficulties, and I regretted it. That final boss is pretty tough.
I've heard that even on normal, that it's quite a difficult like game that you
Really?
need to grasp first before you head into hard.
Well, as far as I could tell, it wasn't that hard to figure out. I guess the problem is that it's kind of a rock paper scissors type of game, as far as I could tell. So you have attacking and you have parrying, and it's not like blocking in Smash Brothers where you hold it down or anything. It's a legit parry. Like, you
Ooh.
block for a second. During the first half of that second, you're invulnerable, and if something hits you, then you get the advantage. But during the second half of that second, if something hits you, you're at a disadvantage. So you got to really time it properly. And so the rock paper scissors kind of becomes parrying beats attacking. Patience, I guess, beats parrying, and then attacking beats patience. And that's kind of the triangle there.
Okay.
But I kind of just went hard on attacking for the most part, and I got to the end, but I didn't get to the end exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's fun. I do plan on playing it some more. But first, I really want to record King of Cards because I have finished it at this point. I've done everything that you can do in that campaign which amounts to getting all of the collectibles like the Cipher coins in Plague Knight's campaign, or the Red Skulls in Spectre Knight's campaign, and collecting all of the various Joustus cards, which was a bit of a chore. You definitely have to do some grinding for that.
Grinding in
Yeah,
Shovel Knight?
like replaying
Shoveling,
stages
even.
to grind money, or
Oh, okay.
playing against other like characters, because excuse me, the way it works is basically well, not exactly the game. The way you get more cards is that if you win a game, you get to take one of the opponent's cards that they played.
The Battle City tournament rules from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. If you lose, they actually do get to take one of your cards. There's actually an achievement for that, where if you get a unique card stolen from you, you have to take it back, and that's like how you get the achievement.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to get all the cards, you're either going to have to keep fighting people to beat them and take whatever cards they play, which is a matter of chance because they might not play the card that you need.
Oh, they don't
to
have
take from them.
set decks there. They
They
interesting.
do have set decks. It's just that they might not play the card by the time you actually win the game.
Okay.
And then you could just buy cards, but they're random. Cards are separated into like levels, like level 1, 2, 3 cards.
Shovel Knight gotcha.
That's
where we're at.
It is. That's exactly what it is. But it didn't take me that long. It took me, I think, 11 hours to get everything.
That's like the longest campaign, though, I think.
That's getting 100%. Finishing
Yeah.
the campaign and getting all of the in-stage collectibles, so not the cards, still took me about 7 hours. That's still pretty lengthy. It's definitely the longest of the campaigns.
Nice. That sounds nice and meaty and a good way to send off Shovel Knight.
Yeah, it is. I thought it was really enjoyable, and I'm going to be playing it for my channel once I figure out how I'm going to be dealing with the recording process, because there's going to be a lot of card playing, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it for Shovel Knight there. Actually, I also did get the amiibos.
Yes.
And the armors that you can get for the various characters are really crazily designed.
So you can get the armor for everyone, right? Not just Spectre Knight? Because on the back of the amiibo box, it only showed the Spectre Knight.
Oh, yeah, no. Each of them have an armor. Yeah.
Each of them does have an armor and a fairy.
Do you know what I kind of compared it to? And this will mean nothing to you, Adrian. But I said it looks like if the original Knights were like classic Mega Man characters, these are the Battle Network versions of those same characters, right? Where it's just like the same idea, but more designed,
just
right? Where
overly done. Like...
Just build more onto it, right? Make it more anime. I think my favorite out of those is Spectre's there, where he's just this edgelord now. It's so good.
Big armor, crazy scythe.
He has like the big
extra handle on it.
Like, the Spawn's giant hoof thing.
Yeah,
like, it looks dope.
Did you guys get the gold Shovel Knight amiibo?
I didn't, because I already had Shovel Knight. It's functionally the same,
but it's collectible.
You know what? That's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
So I have 2 gold amiibo.
If I wanted to make it gold, I would make it gold myself.
But that's
just
not
spray paint with gold paint.
I will say, out of all the 3 gold amiibo, this one is the nicest looking one.
Okay.
Because they actually added in some shading on it to make it kind of pop out more. Versus Mario and Mega Man, wherein they literally just painted it and did nothing else.
For some reason, you like made the text like 150% bigger.
Okay, so let me just say, this whole time Adrian has been pointing at the screen and telling me to do something, and I have no idea what he's been asking me to do.
I didn't want to interrupt Nino.
What are you asking me to do, Adrian?
Can you put half of the text, the dock here? This is like fourth wall breaking here, but half of the dock and then half of the recorder, so we know it's recording.
Oh,
how did you not get that?
Fine. Well, because I mean, it's there you go.
Thanks.
We've done it.
Okay, go ahead, Nino.
You could have done the sign language the words screen
I don't know sign
recorder. Language. I don't either, but I would have got it.
How did you not get like half And then this is like the
I
recorder.
thought I had no idea what you were doing with your hands, bro. I had no idea.
So how's Kingdom Hearts 3,
Yes,
Nino?
tell us about Kingdom
Okay.
Hearts.
Well, this is like my third or fourth time playing through the game.
Oh, okay.
But the reason I'm playing through it now is because of the fact that there's the DLC coming later.
Yeah, remind.
I kind of wanted to get used to the game, and also
Remind
there's going to be a
yourself.
couple of I see what you did there. There's going to be a couple of Keyblades that are coming to the game, and I think you need to fill certain requirements in order to get them. So playing on critical mode, which is the newest difficulty that they added that changes some stuff around, gives you extra abilities but makes things super hard. For beating that, you get an item, and then for finding all of the various hidden Mickeys scattered throughout all the worlds, you get another item.
Oh, right, I
And
remember those. So,
yeah,
yeah.
the items are designed after the Oathkeeper and Oblivion Keyblades, which are coming with the DLC.
Oh, you're
as a
super right.
free
That's super what
update.
they're going to be for, I bet.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So what I want to do is I've already beat the game on critical, so I have the one for Oblivion. And on that critical mode playthrough, I also got all the hidden Mickeys. So I have the one for Oathkeeper. I just don't want to play the DLC on critical as my first go. So I did New Game Plus using that critical file on standard difficulty. So I get to keep those two items. So hopefully I get to
They are kept
get those
over. Okay.
Keyblades
Okay.
on standard difficulty. Yeah.
Okay. So I got the one for getting all the hidden Mickeys, but I did my playthrough on normal, so I might have to New Game Plus it and play through on critical then to do that, which will make it easy because then I'll start with Ultima Weapon.
You're also assuming you'll have time to do that.
What's that?
You're also assuming you'll have time to do that.
It won't be too bad because then I will skip every cutscene, which will turn
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts 3 into a very short game.
Skipping cutscenes makes it like I think on my beginner playthrough, skipping cutscenes, it was like 12 hours. So
Yeah.
maybe on critical, if you skip, it'd probably be like 15 or something like that, accounting for deaths, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, and again, I'll be starting with Ultima Weapon, which is like pretty powerful. So
yeah, it's really well. Actually, so when you do New Game Plus and you carry over your Keyblades, they start out at the lowest level.
Yeah. So then
So-
I just have to upgrade it there.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much.
Because I think when you make it, it starts at like the highest level, anyways.
Yeah,
so it'll
it
go back
does,
to
it
level
does.
1. Okay, all right.
That's about it for KH3. I've been playing some Dragon Ball Fighters, playing with the DLC characters, Gogeta and Broly, who
Super
Adrian
Broly.
actually knows.
I do
Yeah,
know them. Yes.
Dragon Ball Super Broly. Damn, do they look good?
Oh yeah.
Like in terms of the like putting them against all the previous characters, they are the most stylish of them all. Their dramatic finish, which is basically if you're playing on a certain stage with certain characters, and for example, playing as Gogeta against Broly, and Gogeta gets the kill on Broly, there's a little cutscene that plays that reenacts part of the movie.
That's cool.
It just
Yeah.
basically plays the full ending of the movie, but
Yeah, pretty
now done in
much.
3D.
Huh.
Even Chilai's there. She gets
Yeah,
she
she
gets a
is,
full
yeah.
3D model and everything.
Did,
Yeah,
w-
can't
did it come
wait to
with
see
like?
what people do with that.
Did it come with a new stage?
No,
No.
No, there hasn't been a new stage.
It's-
It's on one of the previous stages that's already in the game, but it's pretty
there's
much
a stage,
an approximation.
Yeah, there's a stage that's like destroyed, like a being destroyed planet, and it's like all red and fiery. It looks exactly like how the ending of the movie is. So it's like, yeah, you do it there and it just plays the whole ending. But the cool thing is, if you're in an alternate color, then it'll play the ending, but like Broly will be wearing the trans pride flag colors, which is like, hey,
Yeah.
cool, you can just redo it there. That's his second player color for some reason. I would have not taken him as a blue, pink, and white kind of guy, but you know what? Here we are.
Good for him.
Yeah, Broly's a nice guy, you know.
Debatable, but
Well, he's
No,
he's just
he's a nice guy. He
Oh, yeah.
just got
Yeah.
angry
Yeah,
that
that's right.
the Frieza killed his papa.
he hulked. Oh, nice spoilers. He hulked out,
It's Dragon Ball, bro. It's Dragon Ball.
bro.
Dude, death means nothing in Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Goku dies so many times. They'll bring him back.
I feel like his dad isn't coming back.
He won't be, but they could. If they really wanted to, they could.
Yeah, I guess they could.
All right.
That's about it for fighters. And I've been watching Dr. Stone.
That's
on
a good anime.
Pete's recommendation. He talks about it a lot in the Discord. At least he did for a while. But now that the anime is out, he's all, it's becoming My Hero Academia. Too many people are watching it. I don't like it anymore.
It's popular.
It's okay, Beat. I still love you.
Fuck you.
But it's been good. I just watched the last episode of the season last night.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I've been catching up a bit there. It's real good. Adrian, it's real good.
It's great.
Maybe one day.
I really think you should watch it.
Dude, it's Minecraft as anime. Like, honestly.
Yeah, kind of is.
Why are you trying to convince me with it be Minecraft? I'm not even that big of a Minecraft fan.
You're always talking about how Minecraft is like the most influential game and how you want Steve in Minecraft in Smash Bros.
Yeah,
Steve from Minecraft. You want it in Smash because you're like, oh, I'd love to battle to E12-14-6, that one song that they play.
And the stage would be cool. Anyways.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're a huge mark for Minecraft, dude.
It's not a bad game.
Okay, there you go. So you'd enjoy it.
Sure.
It's that, but it's anime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll watch it. Maybe after I read part 8.
Okay. Oh, well, that won't finish for a while.
Well, after I get caught up.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I really have to say on it. Don't want to spoil anything for anyone.
Good.
I think actually the English dub is actually airing in the States right now on Toonami, which is wild that like it's finishing in Japan and airing in English at the exact same time. Simuldubs are so powerful. Like, it's crazy.
I have seen a couple episodes of the English dub. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think all the voices fit well. Shout outs to my boy Mike Pollock, voicing a character. He's in everything now. Get that Eggman voice everywhere.
Cool.
All right. Well, you know what it's time for now? The news. So, there's been a lot of news as we've been away for 3 months. However, we're going to mostly keep it to the past little while because, there's
a couple weeks.
A lot to talk about if we don't. So, why don't you start with the first big event?
State of Play happened last week, I think. Have we all watched it?
Yes, I did.
I have.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to go through the list here and stop me if you want to talk about it.
Okay.
So Untitled Goose Game coming to PS4 in about 2 days here.
Port, move on.
Spellbreak.
Oh, this one looks generic.
Ooh.
It's Wizard Fortnite.
It's like it looks like a game you'd see being played by like actors
in a crime TV show.
Yeah. Dreams is coming out on Valentine's Day.
I was confused because I swore Dreams was out.
That's the open beta.
That's
like the beta.
So weird because I swore it was out and happened, and everyone was like, "That's it, we're good."
But a question for both of you: will you be playing Dreams on Valentine's Day, or going to go see the Sonic movie?
I will be having a girlfriend by then. I'm gonna place a hard bet.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not actually.
Okay.
I will lose that bet. Why would I make that bet?
You want to bet?
No.
Okay. How about you, Nino?
Sonic movie, probably.
Sonic movie?
Honestly, I'd probably go see the Sonic movie.
Okay.
That new design's pretty good. Tyson Hess worked on it.
We'll talk about it later.
We will.
Yes. Subliminal.
No, say it again.
Superliminal.
Superliminal, yes.
Right, yeah. That's the game where it's like the perspectives and you like have like a tiny cube, but if you like look up in the perspective, it makes it massive.
Yeah.
So it looks interesting. Is it a VR game? No, I think it's just a regular one.
I think it's a regular game. I remember seeing this one as when game developers will just like retweet a GIF of a random game a student made. I remember seeing this like a year ago as that, thinking that's super cool. Someone should make that into a game.
There you go.
There we go.
Paper Beast. This is the VR game.
Oh, are you ready for fluids in VR?
What?
That's what they were like in the commercial. They're like a living world
In a
with
world
fluids
where paper exists.
and paper. Experience fluids like you've never experienced them. And that whole time I'm like, show me a real video game.
And then Kingdom Hearts Remake trailer.
That was a real video game. Shame that trailer already leaked.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
What were your thoughts on it?
Boy, there's some stuff in there.
I may or may not have popped off once or twice.
There are things in there that are shocking, to say the least. The fact that we're talking about a video game that literally never released being a part of the Kingdom Hearts canon. Right?
What?
Right? You know how Final Fantasy 15 started as Versus 13?
Yeah.
That game never came out,
Wait, this?
and yet this is tying into it. Right?
Is that correct, Nino?
Yeah, it is. It's absurd, and it's happening.
We wanted to get off Nomura's wild ride. It's so wild.
Is that theory that like Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't actually 3 until?
I don't know.
You were telling me about that.
I know, because there was that one like 300-page document that a fan made, which really went into how all of it's a dream, and like
something in the logo or something.
The logo doesn't have all of the third eye in 3 filled in, making it look like it's actually just 2.9.
Which is how the game starts.
And the game literally starts by saying
Kingdom Hearts 2.9.
It literally starts by saying Kingdom Hearts 2.9.
But does it eventually say 3?
It does, but after the part where people say the dream starts happens.
That's so.
So like for me and Nino, we're talking about this, and it's like, okay, we're discussing it, but for you on the outside, this must be the.
I'm like confused.
It's so confusing. I don't know, because there's like all this stuff. Now so from looking at it though now, I don't think Remind will be the true Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC that we thought it was gonna be. Like, not the DLC that shows you what 3 actually is. What I just think it is that stuff does happen, but it's part of the plot that will be a part of the next Kingdom Hearts game.
Okay.
So.
Any more thoughts, you guys?
Well, they did put out like a bit of an explanation for what's going into the Remind stuff. So there's going to be some free stuff. There's going to be a story update as part of the free stuff. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, but in some of the footage, there's the final like chapter of the game where you're going against all the big bads, and there's a bit where Riku is the character that's being played, and Sora is the party member. Where usually Sora is the character that's the one you're playing as.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of the free stuff. You get to choose like which character you're going to play as during that section.
Oh, cool.
Because in another part of the footage, there's spoilers for KH3, I guess. There's Aqua fighting with Ventus against like Vanitas and
okay, see,
Paranor.
You say that's spoilers, but I have literally no
idea. I was
idea
gonna
what
say,
you said.
when you said spoilers, I'm watching his face, and he's like, "I've literally never heard of these people."
Well, this is more for people who haven't finished KH3, I guess, than anything else. But you're playing as Aqua with Ventus as her party member, and Sora is a part of that fight, but he isn't one of the party members in that part of the footage.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that part of the footage is part of the Remind DLC, but the one where it's Riku with Sora as a party member is part of the like free stuff.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
In the Kingdom Hearts Remind trailer, you do not see a single Disney thing.
I remember you mentioning that.
It's like you watch this whole thing and you're like, wow, we really moved away.
Where the F is Mickey?
There's a cutscene that takes place in the Hercules world.
Okay,
between,
no, you're right. There is that. but for the most part, it's almost
There's no
Disney-less.
Disney
It's
characters. Yeah.
like it's almost easy to forget watching that is tied in with Disney, aside from when you just see Mickey in the background occasionally.
Yeah.
And that comes out January 23rd.
On PS4. No, actually, I think it comes out before then, because PS4 and Xbox have two different dates for when the DLC's dropping, and PS4 gets it a lot quicker. In fact, I think it might be like January 5th for PS4. Like, it's really soon. Let's just see here. KH3 Remind DLC date. It is January 23rd on PS4 and February 25th on Xbox One. Oh, see that picture, by the way? That's from Final Fantasy Versus 13.
That's weird, man.
Yeah. Yep, it is.
All right. Want to move on?
Yes.
Cool. So there's Predator Hunting Grounds.
Sexy female predator canon. That's a choice that they made.
It's coming out April 24th.
Yep.
Babylon's Fall gameplay.
Boy,
this looks cool.
Platinum Games can take the most boring setting, but when you see their gameplay, you're like, I like Platinum Games.
Yeah.
And then you want to play it.
It looks awesome.
So I'm in.
It reminded me of something. I don't remember.
Dark Souls?
No.
Nier?
No.
Devil May Cry?
No.
Darksiders?
Astral Chain.
Did it remind you of Astral Chain?
A little bit, I think.
Huh. I got bigger Nier vibes than anything.
Well, you get Nier vibes from everything nowadays.
What? What are you talking about? What
when
else
we were watching that Chinese trailer, the Game Awards,
she was literally moving like 2B.
And everyone was saying Sekiro, and you were the only one saying Nier.
Because I
weeb.
Tanner knows what his focus is on. All right,
I do. 2B is always on my mind.
And then they wrapped up with the surprise reveal of Resident Evil 3 Remake.
That's not what it's called.
Resident Evil 3.
Resident Evil 3. They're not using the word remake anywhere. So there's some people who think that 2 was a remake, but because there's going to be differences in this one, which they're already seeing in the trailer, they're just calling it 3. So that's interesting. Differences including giving Nemesis a nose, which is an interesting choice.
And maybe maybe it'll play into the
maybe
story.
he'll sniff you out now. He'll just
like,
go around just
the feet,
and he's smelling Jill's feet from afar.
What do you think of the redesigns for Jill and that other guy?
Miguel. No, not Miguel. Carlos.
Yeah.
Carlos. No, Miguel's another character. I mean, Carlos looked like a pretty boy in the first one, so this makes more sense. Jill's is good. Yeah. And even if you don't like it, classic costumes already confirmed. So cool. There you go.
That's coming out April 3rd. That's really soon. That's
all things considered, yeah.
Because the 2 remake only came out like not even a year ago. Yeah, to this day this was recorded.
Yeah. Well, one interesting thing about 3 is that it uses a ton of stuff from 2. It actually takes place almost concurrently.
Okay.
So
there's a helicopter in the 3 trailer.
Yes.
That looks identical to the helicopter that crashed in the 2 remake. So
yes, there is.
That's cool.
There's stuff like how they released a new Resident Evil 2 demo.
Yeah,
which when you walk by a certain hallway with a locked door, you will hear Nemesis walking on the other side.
Oh, that's cool.
They also are adding. It's not in yet. But there's a new achievement being added to all versions of Resident Evil 2, which will be to read a letter left behind by Jill.
Okay, there you go.
So, yeah, they take place simultaneously. So there'll be stuff where it's the same location as in 2, but doing it either before or after Claire and Leon have gone through it.
So have you guys played 3?
I've not, but I've watched many playthroughs.
Okay.
I haven't either.
No. I'm interested to see how Nemesis, because I hear Nemesis is a big part of it.
So it's interesting because in Resident Evil 2, the original, Mr. X would just appear in certain hallways, and then once you left the room, he'll never appear again.
Oh.
So that changed to be he'll follow you, which is how Nemesis worked in 3. So now people are wondering, well, how will they differentiate it? And some people are thinking that it'll be more similar to the aliens in Alien...
Isolation?
Alien Isolation,
Ooh, that'd
where
be terrifying.
instead of just going through doors and stuff, he will find ways to get to you. That's what people are guessing, and that's why again, we joked, but that might be part of why the nose is there, to sort of help him find clues of where you were, including possibly
It'd be cool
smell.
if it's like you have to like try to not like leave stuff behind.
Yeah, right?
Or like,
so it'll be interesting to see. 3 has some cool stuff though.
okay. I hear it's like the least talked about one.
Yeah, because it's kind of 2.5 more than anything.
Okay.
So it's like literally you go through the police hall and everything, right? Like it's the same sort of stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see.
Cool.
And it's includes a multiplayer game that they were gonna try and sell on its own, and nobody was interested, so they said, we'll just bundle it.
Cool.
Some of those characters, though, that are in it are really interesting.
Marvin Sandwich,
which is a reference to Jill Sandwich from Resident Evil 1, as well as one of the girls' names is Birkin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's a name you might know if you played RE2. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. You know what? Bundling it, that's a good way of getting people to play it.
Are you guys getting it? The 3?
I missed out on 2, but I might get this one to play.
Any you know?
I think I probably will. Yeah, I haven't experienced 3 at all, so I think this is how I'm going to go about it.
Yeah, same with me.
The one thing I really want, though, is I want a true classic costume for Jill. And I'm not talking about her, like, PS1 polygonal model. I want Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Jill. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Jill. I want her to look like this.
Oh, okay.
Right? And I want her to look anime. I want this. This is the best Jill has ever been.
Here's you just shoving anime into everything.
But also, look at her hat. If you squint your eyes, it kind of looks like my hat.
You try really hard.
You try really hard.
Cool. And that's it for the state of play?
Yeah. All in all, if those 2 things didn't leak, being Kingdom Hearts and Resident Evil, it would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Shame that they both leaked.
Cool. Anything else to say, Nino?
No.
No? Cool.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
I'm moving down to Japan now. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is getting at least 2 seasons of DLC, and tons of fetishes are accounted for it. You got all sorts
Why
of
did you
ways
put
that,
this in here?
because that's what they are. The
Big side from Nino.
There's so far gonna be a very evil looking dude who's like very handsome. You got an old dude who punches and kicks and looks like Sabin from Final Fantasy VI. You got a very short girl with a very large chest. You got a kind of like cute younger sister type character, and you got a dude in a hoodie.
Cool.
That's also a
That guy
fetish.
sounds cool.
Yeah, right. He's called the Chaos Springer. So no, but it looks good. I still think, having played the demo for Grand Blue, it like is actually an incredibly fun fighting game, because it's a fighting game you can play both like Smash Bros or like a traditional fighter.
Okay.
You could press a direction and a button to do your specials, or do the motion, and if you do the motion, you get a better special. So it's like it's kind of balanced, sort of like, you know, like Ryu in Smash Bros, and I kind of really like that. It feels fun to play. So yeah, that's looking like a good video game.
Cool. And the other event that happened, you might have watched our
Reactions to these, so we won't have a ton to say.
But I'll be doing the same thing as the state of play. So if you guys want to stop me. Xbox Series X,
Or as I like to
It's
call it,
a box.
the fridge.
I like the way it looks. I'm gonna be honest.
You know what? Okay, here's the thing. You know, something is big when one of my coworkers comes and talks to me about it, and he just came up to me and he said, "Why would I get that when I can just put a PC box beside my TV and it would do the same thing?" Because what he said
That's fair.
is something about video game consoles is they should be inconspicuous, like a DVD player or a VHS player, where you just kind of stick it in.
Put it on its side too, right?
Yeah, but you see how thick that boy is?
Well, the Xbox One X is
I could fit an Xbox One X under my
not
TV.
X, not X. I'm talking
Sorry.
about like the regular like VCR.
Well, but I could fit one of them under my TV. right? Like I could fit an Xbox One under my TV. An Xbox One is only about that big. But this one looks way too big to fit under any TV.
Put it on its side.
But
Shelves are designed for length, they're not like.
But
height.
I do agree that a console should be nice and you can just like put it in there and it looks good and it doesn't draw the attention.
I don't think it'll draw attention.
This monolith with a glowing
it's not
top?
that big. What were you gonna say, Nino?
It's I think the thing is that the design isn't anything, and that draws a lot more eyes to it. Like it doesn't have anything to distinguish it from anything else.
Yeah, like if you
What
covered
about
the Xbox logo, it would just look like a speaker.
What about like the top of it with that's like, indents and with the holes and the green?
It would look like a speaker.
I guess you're right.
Like
I guess I'm just a fan of the sleekness of it. You know?
Okay, you say sleek, but that's like saying one of those like white vans that people drive is sleek. That's not sleek. That is chunky. That is a big chunky boy. Adrian is Googling right now the Xbox Sex right now.
What do you guys think of the name, by the way?
The Xbox Sex?
Yeah, Series
Well,
X.
after the X-Bone, we now have the Xbox Sex. And that was after the X-Bone Sad, of course.
Well, that's usually the general proceeding.
What about the disc? You can distinguish that.
I think it's way too plain. And people have said that it looks like a black box from Nier, and that's kind of also ruined it for me because it literally looks like either the black box or the pod from Nier.
But it gives itself like there's like the USB ports at the front here too. I think.
Okay, but I just think it's a little too plain.
And it lends itself to a lot of customizability for like custom consoles, though.
Yeah.
So
stickers on it.
Yeah.
There's a picture of SpongeBob as the as the console there.
What do you think about the new controller? Like,
is it new?
They changed the D-pad, so they changed the best part of the controller.
Okay. Wait, the D-pad on the Xbox One?
Yeah.
It's not the best part.
I thought like their D-pads are like amazing.
They're good, but they're not amazing.
Well, there's the whatever this is.
That looks like an eject button.
That's not good.
At least I think it's an eject button.
Yeah, that's an eject button. Like your shitposter friends could just like eject.
It's a share button. It says.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who? Okay, that was worrying.
Wait, no, this is the share button.
No, on Xbox that's not share.
What?
That's basically start and select, pretty much.
But how is that a share button with the arrow going up?
Upload.
I guess. I don't know. I think it looks all right.
Regardless, are you planning to get one?
No.
Exactly. So why are we having this discussion?
It's slanted a bit though.
Yeah, it is. No. It dips in the middle. Like the speaker goes down, it dips in. It's not flat across the top.
Oh yeah, that's the perspective. Oh, is this like an actual?
No, that is a cardboard mock-up.
Okay.
We are just Googling pictures that can't be seen in an audio podcast. Let's continue.
Well, for the listeners, our gamer listeners, they know exactly what it looks like.
They picture it in their mind and their soul.
Hellblade 2?
It looks realistic.
Yeah. It was kind of scary when the close-up of the girl there.
Yeah, that's going to make glitches look absolutely horrible.
That's in engine, though. That's not like...
Dude, glitches in video games when they look this realistic are going to look absolutely disgusting. People are going to throw up when a character like clips into something.
Bravely Default 2.
Oh, yay.
Yes, finally.
So,
what a name.
So actually, I had the name explained, and I really like it. So Bravely Default 1 was about the characters of that world. Bravely Second was a sequel to that. Now, this Bravely Default 2 is going the way of Final Fantasy, where it's the same systems and ideas, but another world and another cast.
Okay.
So basically, Bravely Default 1 and Bravely Second were like Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2, and now this is like 11.
Oh, okay.
And like Octopath was also like, another one there, but it's because it's a little bit different with the job system. Cool. So yeah, it's looking to be new and stuff, and I'm excited.
Was Nintendo's only announcement?
I really like the graphical style looking like a DS game.
I feel like people are going to
in a 100%.
complain about that a lot.
People complained?
people are going to complain about that.
Yeah, but they're stupid. I love that art style. I love low poly. It's awesome.
What do you think about it, Nino?
It looks a bit weird not on the 3DS. I guess I was a bit more forgiving for that kind of art style on it.
Did
but
you play?
I don't.
Sorry.
No,
No.
actually, I didn't play it. I played the demo, and I have friends who played Bravely Default and Bravely Second, and a lot of the time when we were in school together, I would just watch them play.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't look bad at all. I don't think it does. It's just it's weird seeing it on something that's
HD?
that can have a bit more push. Yeah.
I'm going to take a hard bet, though, because there was that thing saying that Nintendo canceled all their 3DS games and moved them to Switch. I'm going to bet this one was one that was going to be 3DS, and they just moved it to Switch there.
There you go.
That's
right?
possible.
Because then, because the 3DS, like the models that they use are good models that get downsized to fit the 3DS. So they had the good those models pretty much, and then they just put them onto the Switch uncompressed.
That's a good theory. Godfall, the first or a PS5 game that was announced.
As they call it, a hacker looter. Are you ready?
No, slasher.
Slasher looter. I'm out.
You're not.
I'm
You're not good. You're not.
It sounds like
too much gamer talk for you.
Western gamer talk.
Ah, there you go. That's
yeah.
What do you think, Nino?
I found nothing that made me care for it.
Yeah,
honestly.
it was a CGI trailer.
Yeah.
Speaking of CGI trailers, boy, that Dungeons and Dragons one with the perspective.
That's the funniest thing ever. It's
selfie stick sword.
It's like
amazing.
I understand what they were going for,
but they missed the mark so bad.
It didn't work, and I don't think they got the intended result at all. I think
it made it memorable.
It did, and we're going to be talking about it for years to come. But wow, that trailer was hilarious.
And with like the death metal in the background.
Yeah, it's just it was like pop.
No,
I remember it being like just poppy rock
it was like
kind of
screamo almost.
Oh man, that was something special.
Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know.
I don't say it right. Tsushima.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, it looks good. I'm excited for it because it's a sucker punch game. I want to see how, because their games look Western, kind of icky stuff that you don't like.
Yep.
But actually playing their games, it's like.
Oh yeah, no, I played Infamous.
Yeah,
it's wonderful to play.
So I'm expecting the feel of this game to be a lot more gamey than it looks.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, right? And that's why the whole time they were showing the gameplay with like no HUD.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, show me the real gameplay of a HUD, of opening up a menu, and of like the gameplay. That's what I want to see, right?
Yeah.
So
that's coming summer of next year. So cool. Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. It's kind of like, just more.
You know what? I've rewatched the trailer, though, like about 7 times, because, of course, I do. And there's a lot of little things that really I'm appreciating.
Okay.
The way Cloud talks and his character are, like, perfect for where he's at in the story. The music.
Oh, dude, the music sounds amazing.
Good. Barrett. I want him to yell at me. Also, I did not know that my mom and Barrett Wallace shared a birthday. Happy birthday, Barrett Wallace and my mom. What else is there? Just like small things like you're looking at the Shinra building and you're like, oh, I remember that room. I actually pre-ordered the Deluxe edition yesterday.
Okay, I thought you did that when I pre-ordered it.
No. Because I didn't get did I?
We went to EB Games.
I might have. So I might have 2 copies waiting for me now. Shoot, that's fine. I'll figure out how to do that. But actually, because what I wanted to get it from EB Games. I totally forgot I pre-ordered it at EB Games because I never do that. You're absolutely right. But EB Games is giving out, and in the States, GameStop, one of the nichest collector's items with it ever.
Oh, the card?
It is the Shinra HQ employee key card.
Huh.
So it's like the key cards you get to access the rooms in the final dungeon of Midgard there, it's like that is such a ridiculously niche item. I need it. Like the other ones are giving out like pouches, Amazon. Well, we can't even pre-order on Amazon. It's not up there, which is weird because it's not that far away. But they're giving out a Sephiroth PS4 theme. But I'm like, no, I want that key card because it's so ridiculous. I love it.
It's probably, we were talking about that when we were watching it. It's probably going to be an easy Game of the Year contender next year.
Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. And honestly, even if it's because people are like, if it's not a 40-hour game, it's not good. It's like, if that's a solid, like, 15-hour game, I would still love it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be super long, you know?
It's about the substance.
You don't want filler. You want that good stuff.
Cool. Anything to say, Nino?
I can't wait to play Yakuza, but even more anime.
God, it's not even wrong. I hope there's so many stupid mini games. Well, like you can play darts.
Oh, yeah.
There's a full darts thing. It's like just throw it all in.
Squats, pull-ups.
Yep. I'm excited. Oh, motorcycles.
Oh, of course.
Yep, which you only do for a small time in the first game, but looks like you're gonna do a lot more here. So, oh, it's gonna be good.
All right, Wolf Among Us 2.
Okay.
Cool. And then finally, the biggest game of the night, Fast and Furious Crossroads.
I sure love playing Tekken.
It just felt so weird at the end. I felt like there was a big announcement, but someone like.
Well, we know that Sonic pulled out.
Yeah. Don't say it like that.
I will say it like that.
But yeah, it looks like a PS2 game.
It was a PS2 game. There was a Fast and Furious PS2 game.
Yeah, but
look, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Sakura won the Game of the Year.
I honestly believe that the only reason Death Stranding didn't was so people didn't yell, collusion at Jeff Keighley, because he's in that game.
I think so. How do you feel about the Game Awards, Nino, overall?
Devil May Cry 1, best action game.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I care about.
That's deserved. That's absolutely deserved.
For sure. And Norman Reedus said Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, we do have a sound clip of Norman Reedus saying the words
I cried.
Devil May Cry 5 out loud.
I didn't actually cry. I'm kidding.
Cool. And that's it for the Game Awards.
Okay. Back to Japanese game news. Pirate Warriors 4 got a bunch of new stuff, being the bosses that were said to not be playable, surprise, are playable. Kaido and Big Mom there. They announced the collector's edition called the Kaido edition with the biggest, stupidest statue I've ever seen, and I am so getting it. Oh, have you seen it?
Where are you going to want to put it?
I will find space, but have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
It's like, it shows Kaido, who's massive, punching Luffy, and they're like, it's so cool. They announced it's getting a season pass, which is the first for a Pirate Warriors game.
Let's go.
Along with early access to certain characters and costumes based on the newest anime arc. So it's like, hey, I'm super excited for my probable 2019 GOTY.
When's that?
2020 GOTY, sorry.
When's that coming out?
I think the same time everything is coming
March?
out. Yep.
Oh, great.
Yep. Alongside everything. That month is going to be crazy.
I think these developers looking at these
I'm going to bet
and
at least a couple of them are going to be pushed back.
Yeah, I hope so.
There's a couple that I'm like, they're going to push them back for those dates because that's insane.
Keep Animal Crossing there, though.
No, that's one that I'm pretty sure will be pushed back.
Oh, no. They already delayed it once, though.
That's fine.
Make space for Persona 5 Royal, please.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right?
That's like the end, though. That's like April, almost. It's April 3rd.
No, it's March 31st, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Might as well be
right.
April.
So there's a lot of stuff happening at that time. So I'm excited. It's nice that it's not happening like a year and a half after Japan gets it though. So
yeah,
I'm pretty happy with that.
Back to West, a new BioShock game in the works.
BioShack?
That's what they're gonna call it.
Yeah.
BioShack.
You play as a mutant Shaquille O'Neal trying to deliver the ball of fate.
I was thinking of like a shack, but
oh no, I was thinking of Shaq.
This is the true sequel to Shaq Fu that everyone wanted.
Yeah. BioShack. Not many details on it yet. I think it's just like a studio that was a part of 2K, I want to say.
I have no idea.
Do you know?
As
Nino?
far as I'm aware, because every single game that comes out now says it's made by ex-BioShock developers. So as far as I'm aware, no one is left that worked on it.
Hopefully it's worth the wait. And hopefully it's like a return to form, maybe.
Where can they go now? They've done Underwater. They've done
Space.
the Sky. Space?
Well, that's System Shock.
Yeah.
The Journey to the Center of the Earth.
No, they should do it in the most dangerous
The
place
mines.
on Earth. Detroit.
Oh my god.
There's already a game for that, though.
I know.
Detroit Become Human.
But they can make it better.
What if it's like... I don't even know his name.
Whose name?
The guy who...
Connor?
No, the guy who made the games.
David
David
Cage.
Cage production. BioShock.
I would poop my pants.
Okay, back to East.
So, as of this morning, a game I've been waiting for so long to play is finally out. The Sakura Wars 1 translation is officially available. You can download it and play it as long as you have your own copy of Sakura Wars in Japanese.
He's currently holding it up.
I'm literally holding my Japanese copy of Sakura Wars 1. You could also download a ROM, but that's illegal. What I'm doing is legal. Here's the thing. I've never ripped a game before. So here I thought, well, I just put in my computer, I download a ripper, and it rips the game, and boom, bam, that's it, right? You know how long it takes to rip a Sega Saturn game?
How long?
It estimated it at like 9 hours. Like, I wanted to play it today, but that's not happening now because we have to do this, and it kills your computer's CPU because it's literally ripping everything off of it. But yeah, so if you want to play a 90s mecha romance game featuring singing and dancing, all now finally translated to English for the first time, you can go get that now. So I will probably be doing a Let's Play of it because who else will? And I want to date either the buff chick who literally picks you up and carries you around because she's super buff, or the one with glasses who everyone says is horrible and the worst character ever, but she's really cute. So I'll have to see.
Okay.
I love video games.
Cool. Back to me?
Yep.
Cool. So Hollow Knight, the developers of Hollow Knight's Silk Song, did like a bit of a dev update there. And the main points was like that it's going to be massive, and that it's going to have more than 165 unique enemies. And they showed off one, but we can't really show you on a voice podcast.
I'm gonna guess it looks like a bug.
It does, yeah.
Wow.
It's safe bet.
I called it.
It does look like a bug. It looks like a beetle.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a brown
Fancy.
beetle.
Wow.
Cool. Nino, did you want to do the indie world thing here, or you see the?
Sure. Let's see here.
There should be
So-
like a picture of it, or a few
There
pictures.
is, yeah. I
Cool.
see it. There's a bunch of games on here.
I read.
So we got
Yeah.
Sports Story,
Yeah, I'm.
which is a sequel to Golf Story, as I
Did-
recall.
Did
Yep.
you guys play Golf Story?
Nope.
It's pretty fun until the end, where it gets just like, oh, this is like a hard golf game, so I don't want to play this anymore.
Fair enough.
Sports Story, it's pretty much golf with sports stuff. I think more.
Okay.
It's like the same mechanic from the first game, but it's like more sporty. I think
Okay.
that's what I saw from it.
Okay.
We got Streets of Rage 4, which I am
Oh.
personally pretty excited for.
I'm excited for. That music is gonna be so good.
Go ahead.
Gleamlight.
Didn't get too much from
Which-
this.
What game is this
yeah.
again?
It was, they said it was by the developers of Bloodstained, which I was like, what? No? What? No, you're not. I think it might just be because it's like 505 Games, which is like they publish a billion things, but it's it looked very I actually legitimately don't even remember what it looked like, so I'm just gonna Google it. Gleamlight.
Oh yeah, the one that kind of looked like Hollow Knight.
The one that looks like a ripoff of Hollow Knight. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I remember what people were saying about that.
Yeah, cool.
Bake and Switch.
And this is the
which they have a
Overwatch
little-
ripoff.
What?
Not Overwatch. Overcooked. Overcooked ripoff.
That was a good slip up there.
I was like, wait, I was gonna say this one that people are like with Overcooked, and you just said Overwatch with no hesitation, which really caught me off guard.
Yeah, it kind of just looks like a cheaper Overcooked.
Yep.
So I'm not really. I mean, like maybe it'll be good, but we'll see. Super Mash.
Super Mash. This one actually did kind of get interested in.
Yeah, me too.
It's like
Pick
like a
two
game.
genres and you can put them together
And
to
they're
make
like
a
different
different
graphical
one.
styles too.
Yeah, and they're randomized. Like the elements aren't always the same, so you can like make them different from your friends, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I might pick that one up.
Yeah.
Depends how much it is.
We got the Talos Principle Deluxe Edition for the Switch.
Yeah,
It's a first-person puzzle game.
I heard it's good.
I heard it's good, but I am stupid, so I won't get much enjoyment out of it.
All right.
Sail Forth.
This is like the
Pirate one, I think.
yeah the pirate, the one that looks like Assassin's Creed 4, but more cartoony. For some reason, the logo, I love that logo.
What? I was gonna say I hate it.
I don't know. It gives me like some sort of like nostalgia.
Well, yeah, because I was gonna say it looks like you'd see that written on like a children's bucket at the beach.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe that's
looks like a Fisher Price logo.
But then we actually look at the game, it's like, oh, the quality of the logo doesn't really match the gameplay. But you can go ahead.
There's Dauntless, which is the like Monster Hunter-esque game.
Yeah, this game was gonna be big when Dauntless was a big deal when it was coming out, because they said, well, we're gonna make it so that PC players and console players can finally play Monster Hunter, because it was stuck on the 3DS. And then Monster Hunter World came out before their game shipped, and they were like, crap. So now they are kind of like, that's where they started it, with just being What If Monster Hunter, but PC and console. But now that it's a thing that like it's out, now they're trying to differentiate it more and more over time.
Apparently,
so
it's good own thing.
I've heard that it's
more fluid,
a solid thing on its own. But I've also heard from Monster Hunter players, if you're too into Monster Hunter, there's stuff that will make you not like it.
Oh, okay.
So it's an up and down.
It's free on the Switch,
and it's free to play. So who knows? This might be the way that kiddos get introduced to Monster Hunter.
There you go.
All they got to do is add some funny dances and throw in John Wick in there, and they'll
and Star Wars.
And Star Wars,
of course.
Yeah. Just make Chewbacca do the stanky leg, and you're in.
Murder by Numbers, which is like a visual novel detective type game, I think.
I don't remember what it looked like.
I remember it because I remember being like, oh cool, it's like a Professor Layton, and then a bunch of numbers showed up on the screen.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, nope, bye.
That's where I checked out too.
I'm like, that's it. Numbers and me go together like porcupine in a balloon factory. Someone will die.
All right.
You got Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath, which is this first-person shooter game where you shoot bugs at people, I think.
So this series of games always gave me like, just made me feel off.
Yep.
Like, this doesn't look right. This doesn't feel right.
Well, it's called Oddworld. It's supposed to be kind of creepy and off.
Be weird.
Yeah, so it just reminds me of the Xbox. And when I say the Xbox, I mean original Xbox.
Yeah, that's like, you nailed it there.
It makes me think of, I know it was on PS1 before, but it makes me think of the original Xbox and like drinking Mountain Dew. Yeah, Mountain Dew, that's what I was going to say. Yep.
How did you nail it?
Because it's that green. It's all green.
It's weird. What about you, Nino? What do you think?
I think it actually was a game on Xbox.
Well, that would explain that then, huh?
Maybe you played it and you just forgot about it.
Potentially.
Cool.
Let's see. Skatebird. That's weird.
I love it. I love
Pete
it.
hates it.
It's just
Does
a bird on a skateboard.
He thinks it's going to be like, he thinks it looks too stiff.
It does, but that's part of why it looks funny. Because it's a bird that is not reacting to
Skate 3
being on a skate.
Just throwing yourself off of stuff.
Yeah. I wish they'd bring that series back, because I remember playing a few of them. But I don't know. Skateboard looks okay.
Yeah.
Probably won't get it.
No, probably not.
No.
I'll watch a funny video on it with some guy screaming about it on YouTube.
Vinny would play it.
Yeah, he would, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
And he'll be like, oh, you know what he'll say? He'll say he can scoot the birds.
There you
Oh
go.
my god, he can.
There you go.
I don't even remember what Liberated is.
Me neither.
I think it's like a graphic novel
yeah.
type thing.
Let's look it up.
I don't even
It has
remember.
like these dudes with masks.
And it was in like a comic book style. What was it called?
Liberated. Okay, if you just type in the word liberated, you're going to get people
Liberated
that
game.
are actually liberated. Oh,
Yeah.
right. It's like, yeah, the people in the masks, comic booky. I have absolutely no idea. It says it is an interactive dystopian graphic novel.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like Fate, but different.
You do not say those words. Those are
Cool.
my words. Those are my people's words. You do not say it.
All right. Next.
Boyfriend Dungeon.
Okay, but for real, I'm I'm not gonna buy this game, but I'm so supportive of the existence of it.
Yeah?
I'm like, yeah, man, that's a video game. That's a video
You
game.
can date your weapons.
Date your weapons, and they're all smoldering and have very square jaws. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's about
Dude,
what it is.
Okay, so I've played so many games that are this but reversed. I'm very happy for equality.
Yeah.
You know? They need some. They need
course.
their own. And here's the thing, Japan, that's a huge genre. It's called otome games. They're huge. But the West doesn't get them so much. So you know what? Bring it over. Because, I mean, we're not going to get the King of Fighters for girls. Did you know that's a game?
Nope.
The King of Fighters for girls?
I think I saw it.
It's a
sometime.
video game where you date all the cute boys from the King of Fighters.
All right.
You can date both Terry Bogard and Rock Howard, which is really awkward because they're like father and son.
Oh no. All right, moving on.
The Survivalists. Wait,
Uh,
no, actually, Dreamscaper first. Yes, it's
Wait.
like a top-down kind
this is
of
the-
game.
Yeah. Well, no, I was like, oh, this is the one you talked about you hated, but that was during the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Where you said, oh, I hate top-down games. I
and
hate
I
video
do.
games. If it's not Saber, it sucks. Dreamscaper.
What is that?
Was it this?
Oh,
Oh, I don't. This looks generic.
I remember seeing it. Yeah, you're kind of like running around. You have a sword slash. I think you have a projectile. It's yeah. No, remember that was the one where it's like you go to sleep and it's a randomized dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember that. Yeah,
I like the art though.
It's dreamlike, which is fitting.
Cool. Next.
All right, now we have the Survivalists, which is
Yeah.
like a Zelda-esque kind of scavenger hunting game.
It's a sequel to the Escapists,
It
but
takes
it's
place
now
in the
about
same universe.
Okay, that phrasing really messed me up when they said it takes place in the Escapist universe, to which I said, people care enough to have that as a universe with like plot,
So does Rick Grimes exist in this
right?
universe?
Because
Yeah.
there's the Walking Dead one with them, so that's very confusing. But it is a survival game, which
Yes.
is a trend that I'd be totally fine with us walking. I feel like survival games are almost the way of zombie games, where it's like you see one and you're like, we've survived on an island with multiple people before. We've crafted a lot. We know how it works.
Just bring back Pocket God.
What?
Have you not heard of Pocket God?
No, of course I've heard of Pocket God. It was
Okay.
one of the only iPod Touch games that existed for a
I
long
played
time.
that game so much.
Yeah, but no, they don't need to bring that back.
They
There's
do.
not much. Okay.
Like a full Pocket God 2, and it's like
That already
open
came
world.
out.
Pocket God 3. and
That
it's
already came out.
Pocket God Switch.
Okay, that didn't.
And then finally,
Axiom Verge 2.
okay,
Yeah.
hot take. I didn't really like the first one.
A lot of people didn't too much.
I heard it really high praise for it, but I'm like, when I finished, I was like,
There's some people who really like it and some
This
people
is-
who really dislike
just
it.
felt like kind of another Metroidvania.
Mhm.
Didn't feel like anything too special, and the final boss was incredibly stupid.
Okay.
Did you play it, Nino?
No, I haven't.
No.
I don't think.
I don't want to
Okay.
say like it's a bad game, because it's a solid game. It's like a game you'd like play and like, okay, moving on.
Okay.
It's an in-between game, I think.
It's interesting that this game is going the entire opposite direction of the first, where the first was mechanical and dark, where this one is organic and bright. So it's interesting to see how it's going to...
You can even see it in the title.
Yeah, the title is like this light
logo.
blue and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's looking to be entirely different, so a lot more like organic based, which is going to be interesting to see how they kind of
I'm probably going to play
around with that.
because I want to see like if like maybe they can improve upon the first one.
Yeah.
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 What do you think, Nino?
I think I am liking the look of this game.
Yeah.
Probably will get it.
Cool.
Or at least try it out. If someone else gets it, maybe make my opinion after that.
Sounds good. And that was the Indie World.
Yes.
Yep, that's it.
So it was all right, I think.
Yeah, it was good. It's, you know what? It's nice to see these games that you'd otherwise just skip over in the store. So I like it. I would honestly be down if they just did it like once a month to like just go over stuff that is coming out, because it's just like it's a nice thing to go like, oh yeah, that's a game.
Cool. All right, so back to the West here. The studio responsible for the Sonic redesign is closed. And
Yeah, but they also did the Lion King.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
And something else that was prominent. I don't remember though.
I think Jungle Book.
No, I think it was Aladdin.
Oh, it was Aladdin. Yeah.
Yeah.
The CGI for that there.
That kind of sucks.
Okay, so
what's the story behind this, if you know?
they worked, and then Aladdin didn't make its money.
Oh, well,
Despite being one of the most selling movies of the year, didn't make its money.
And this is why Sonic didn't show up at the Game Awards.
Well, that's what people are thinking about.
Oh,
but from what it sounded like they were going to get Ben Schwartz out there, the actor for Sonic, but then they said something else came up. So,
and then we got Birds of Prey instead.
Yeah, and that was wonderful.
Any thoughts, Nino?
It is unfortunate because the Sonic redesign does look pretty great.
I hope those people got compensated.
I know
I
know
so
a
too.
lot of there was a lot of social media saying stuff like, if you guys need a job, contact us, we'll hook you up,
That's good.
for the people who were on it there, which is nice. And let's hope some of them, land back on their feet there.
Of course.
It's really unfortunate timing for it too. It's like right before Christmas.
Oh yeah. Well, let's hope they get a little bit of a severance pay there, to see what happens.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I feel it's a big enough company to do that.
Yes.
Cool.
So back to Japanese news. So there was a interview going around about JoJo and how things are going in the future. For one, even people who were working on JoJo were surprised they didn't do Purple Haze feedback as the OVA, and the voice actor for Fugo was like, wait, so you're not calling me in for the OVA? And because he thought it was going to be Purple Haze feedback, making it sound like that might be in the works because everyone is talking about wanting to do it. Well, it's just a sequel to Part 5.
Oh, then I want that.
Right?
I want that bad.
But they also said that the Stone Ocean anime is possible, but they talked about needing enough social media support, which I think is a mistranslation because that does not actually dictate how anime gets made by those Japanese Blu-rays people in Japan. That's what you need. That's what will make them convince them to buy another. Well, it's cool that Stone Ocean was trending on Twitter. That actually means nothing from America. So I think what matters more is when people in Japan buy the Blu-rays. And plus, they got to get to Steel Ball Run, and they're not going to skip a part. So I think it will happen.
Yeah, there's no way they'd have.
Just give it time. Just give it time. Yeah.
I just want it. I want all of it.
Yep. And you will. Oh, and they also said if they were to do Part 7, the horses would not be CGI.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's good.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Because
remember
the CGI horses in Part 2?
No.
Oh my god, you don't remember the CGI horses in Part 2?
It's been a while.
Horse race against
I know the scene, but I don't remember what they look like.
I do. Wait, where is it? Wait. Where is it? Oh, thank God I can just scroll through here without worrying about spoilers for you anymore. What would I... all of them are just talking about the CGI horses in Part 7, but what would it was the chariot battle. right? No, those horses aren't CGI. It was the chariot race. We're not gonna find it.
Oh, no.
This is annoying. The horses were really bad CGI. For
It's okay.
like,
It's
yeah,
okay.
it's okay, but they were really laughable. So
Okay, well, that's good then.
that's what people are joking about, the horses being CGI. 'Cause, and like Joseph was also CGI in the background, and it looked really bad.
Oh, okay.
So that's fun.
That's good. All right, back to West again. So Disney,
Yes,
this isn't great news.
it's not. It's actually kind of scary news.
It's the first company in the world to hit 10 billion in revenue.
And now it's the first company to hit 20 billion. No,
Yeah, well, I don't know.
they
feel like-
sure own a lot.
I feel
Love
like
that mouse.
this is gonna do something very bad for the industry.
Haha,
the
don't
future?
infringe on my copyright.
Yep. But we're not there yet, so we can still enjoy entertainment.
Yeah, you do not have to salute your Xbox and say "I love you, Mickey Mouse" to play your latest game yet.
But yeah, that's bad.
Yikes! Something that's not yikes is they announced a anime sequel to SSSS Gridman called SSSS Dynazion. So Gridman's anime was hype as so good. So having a sequel to that is wild because I think it's Trigger's first just proper sequel to anything they've ever done. So I'm really happy about that, and we're going to I'm gonna enjoy that. Gridman's dope. Okay,
Cool.
back up to you.
And finally, the Black Widow trailer came out during our hiatus.
Did not watch it.
No? Did you, Nino?
No, I didn't either.
Oh, I was the only person who watched it. Right.
Yeah, I don't watch movie trailers.
I know. But, it's
Okay.
a Marvel movie trailer.
It's fine.
Yeah, it looks fine.
That's what I've heard from everyone.
I like how, what's his name? The Red Guardian. The guy in Stranger Things. The actor. You know what I'm talking
I have
about?
absolutely no clue
Do
who
you
you're
know?
talking about right now.
Yeah, I don't
Like-
understand.
He's like, I'm Hopper from Stranger Things.
Okay, well I watched like 3 episodes of Stranger Things, dude.
It's the officer.
Oh, the officer from Stranger Things. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
yes,
him.
I know him.
He's cool.
Okay.
He's cool in the trailer.
Okay, cool.
Taskmaster shows up.
Oh my god. Do you know why they used his udon design instead of his classic design?
Because of the skull.
Because of the skull, and you can't show skulls in China.
Nope.
China hates skeletons.
That's why Crossbones doesn't look like Crossbones.
Yeah, China hates skeletons.
There's one in you right now, China.
I know, right? Don't let them know.
That'll topple the government.
Can you imagine if someone like... Oh, I shouldn't say what I was going to say.
Don't.
I was going to say something about a leader dying and then them showing that there was a skeleton inside of him this whole time and seeing all the people freak out. But I wouldn't say that.
Well, isn't Pooh Bear a plush toy? You get it? You get it?
No?
No.
You don't get it? Because people make memes about like the leader
Oh, yeah.
looking like Pooh Bear.
Yes, he doesn't, but
Pooh Bear doesn't have a skeleton.
he doesn't. You're right.
Then why?
Oh,
It's a conflict of interest.
there we go. So...
It's like they can allow Pooh Bear, but they can't. Anyways.
That's a deep conundrum that we're going to stop talking about so we don't get banned from China.
Oh, well, probably already have.
Did you? I don't think you.
I
heard
didn't
about
see this. I was like,
yeah.
when I
So,
saw it.
the first screens of the Shin Godzilla quote unquote sequel called Shin Ultraman have come out. So it's being made by the Shin Godzilla team, including Hideki Anno. And it is about Ultraman, who is a tokusatsu hero, much like Kamen Rider, but instead of being a Kamen Rider of human size, he's a Kamen Rider of being a giant person. And so the first screens of it came out, and he does not have his color timer. So the color timer is all the Ultramen have like a big crystal on their chest that like glows, and it's like, if it's blue, they're good. If it's yellow, they're running out of power. If it's red, you're gonna de-transform soon. So that's like... That's been a thing on every Ultraman. It's a staple of the character. Why doesn't he have it? But I'm really excited for more Japanese politics reacts to a kaiju, because that is so fun to see them like the whole thing of the city's being destroyed, but what about the tax money? It's like I love that because it shows just how horrible society is in place of a tragedy.
Yeah.
It's cool. So I'm excited for that. And hopefully we get Shin Godzilla versus Shin Ultraman as like the next movie or something. Yo, give us like Shin King Kong with him being
God.
like this giant like demon monkey or something. Come on, there's so many ways we could go with this. I'm
Cool.
excited.
And that's it for news. Unless you want to talk about something, Nino?
It for the news
forgot
for
about
us.
it, or-
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's
No?
it.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. So we will go on our break.
Yes, our regularly scheduled break where we play our regularly scheduled music, which we will pick up.
I have an
probably
idea for
after.
this.
You have an idea? Okay, well.
So, I need to say something at the end, though.
Okay, so
And I can't tell Nino what it is either.
we will play what this song is, and then we will say what we do at the
no,
end.
we're not telling us what the song is.
We're not
I'm just going
saying
to say
it.
something, and then I'll tell you later.
Yes, that's what I'm implying we are
Okay,
going to do.
okay.
But then when we come back, we'll have our Game of the Year talk. So we will talk about what are our picks for those. We'll talk about our next foreign exchange because we didn't do one in advance because, we've been busy, but we will be less busy. We will have our border battle, this time with a guest judge.
Yes.
And answer our questions and all that. So,
And then JoJo.
and JoJo spoiler cast at the end. So we will see you all after that break.
We will be right back.
Ciao.
Adios.
We will be right back. We will be right back. We will be right back. Welcome back to
Yes.
Ships Worldwide Podcast, episode 31, recorded on December 15th, 2019. What are you looking at me for?
Why are you...
It's like whole captain's log thing
Yeah.
over
Yes. Stardate 1464. Starship Enterprise.
With special guest Nino.
Yes, with special
That's
guest
me.
Nino.
Yes. So we will be now going in, since we don't have a foreign exchange this time, since we were on hiatus.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about our game of the years.
Yep.
And I think the way we're going to do it is going to be like number 5s, number 4s, number 3s, number 2s, number 1s.
I should probably order mine then with numbers.
You didn't do that?
Yeah.
Nope.
I haven't done that either.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, guys.
I was just gonna list them in the way that I felt.
The list is also so we can be like coherent.
It's okay. I'm putting them together right now. No worries.
All right, so I already have mine since I'm prepared.
Okay, so start with number 5, my dude.
Wait, what's going on here?
See, and he's not even prepared either. Look how amazing we are. Professional.
You know, we need to get back into the hang of things here.
I guess so. That's how it goes. Okay, I just need to put my number 5. Jump Force. Haha, that's a joke. That's a joke.
Some people probably had like a physical reaction there when they heard that. Wow. I thought I had number 5.
Do you not have 5?
This is like the year, well, since like so many things have been going on, I haven't had a lot of time to play. Whoa.
What?
My voice just changed. Anyways.
Puberty live on the air.
Well, with just things happening, like a lot of the games I played were massive games that didn't come out this year.
Yeah, no, same for me.
That's what kind of I played, but like I do have a number 4 to number 1, but I guess number 5 I'd probably have to put like, you know what? Tetris 99.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a solid pick.
It's a game that came out early in the year that played all the way through with the brand new themes, and like while I didn't put like strenuous hours into it like some people did.
Did you become a Tetris Maximus?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not that good. I suck at Tetris.
But it's still fun.
It's still fun.
That's the good thing.
Yeah, so not much to say on that because it kind of
it's Tetris, but it's a good Tetris.
It is.
And that's the important thing.
All right, that's my number 5.
All right. My number 5 is Fate Extella Link. Now, hold up. That's not just a way for me to put Fate in as my actual thing.
It sounds like it.
It sounds like it, and I haven't played a ton of it, but I put in a good number of hours it is my go-to current road trip game because it is a dang fun muso.
Oh, okay.
Because it does something different. It does something different that was now being adopted by Pirate Warriors 4, which is good because then it's moving forward with the series there, where you have kind of shorter combos that are good, but then you have 4 selectable super moves that have like just cooldowns instead. So where before in Musos you just spam your best attacks over and over. This one instead you actually have to think about when am I going to use my like crowd clearing move, because you use it and then it's on a cooldown. So it's really good for that, and you do get to play as Saber in a Muso. So that is
there you go.
That like
well, I don't know why it's not number 1.
It's not number 1 because I haven't beat it, because literally I was playing it and loving it, and then I got to a point where characters like, so you know about plot point from Fate Stay Night, and I'm like, and off, and I'm not playing it till I'm deeper into the Fate series because he said something I shouldn't have known about.
Oh no.
So, but thankfully I stopped right there. But it was really fun from what I played of it, and so fun. And that was actually, I got it sent to me for free for review by the company, but it was so good that I ended up buying the special edition myself.
Cool.
So I enjoyed it.
All right, what's your number 5, Nino?
My number 5 is Bloodstained.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a real strong one. That one's on my list somewhere.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, it's good. It's just a really fun Metroidvania, but it's not, I don't think it's the most fun I've had with one. I like a few other ones more.
Okay.
And I haven't replayed it. I just played it the one time and didn't decide to go through it again because it's kind of a long game. It's pretty daunting.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
they literally said the biggest castle yet was a selling point on it, so
That's a game I want to play, get around to for sure, because I love Metroidvanias.
it's fun.
So
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good.
I'll talk about it more after.
okay, number 4 is now.
Number 4.
My number 4 is Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh, That's another great one.
Yeah. While it wasn't, I've seen that like people say like it doesn't have enough, didn't have as much charm as the first one. I did feel like it made up for that with like just how many tools and how many different stuff, especially with the, we didn't even talk about it, the update that came out.
Yeah.
With like now with the Link stuff.
Boy, I sure hope there's more update patches for more characters, because that would be the sickest thing ever.
Just like complete reworks of how to like create levels.
Yep.
With the different characters. I'm really looking forward to that in the future. But base game, like the story was fun. While it's a Mario story, there's still like a story and a creation game, you know?
Yeah.
Which you really have to get creative with. Get it creative?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the levels were a lot better because like people started out like knowing how to use these tools. So how do you now people made it like they built upon it with like the new stuff and the old stuff, and really started out like the way levels are filtered are a lot bleh, the way levels are filtered are a lot better. And like
The fact that it's not tied to Miiverse does help.
Mm-hmm. Only thing is like the 3D world being disconnected from everything else, it kind of makes things change.
It is labeled as an extra theme. It's not really it's like a side theme, so.
But I feel definitely like I still have like, I still need to dump a ton of time into this game just to get like everything. Because I seem like, oh, this really new Mario Maker level's out, and I'm like, oh, I want to play it, but like I'm so busy with other stuff, and like.
That's another forever game, because you can just play Mario games forever. Make the levels.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Cool.
My number 4 is Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Really?
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I thought it'd be higher.
I haven't beat it.
Oh.
It's one of those things where I did really enjoy it, and I still do, but it just, other games came up, and I sort of, stopped playing a bit. And in general, the size of it is also very daunting, because each route,
like 80 hours?
is
a route?
Each route is about 80 hours. Oof. It is ridiculous.
And this is another game I want to get around to for sure.
It's really good though, because it's way more Persona and Fire Emblem than the actual Persona and Fire Emblem crossover.
Well,
like it's really good.
Because I tried to play Awakening, and it's like it did not click with me. But like I feel like with like all the added stuff, plus like the complementary like actual core
definitely, because there's a couple Fire Emblem games where I play it and I'm like, I get to the battles and I'm like, this is becoming a slog. But this one is one where I actually want to play the battles, because you are working up these characters and you're leveling them up in the relationships and stuff and getting these bonuses, and you actually want to see the fruits of your labors, right?
Did you play it, Nino?
Yeah, I have, but I'm in the same boat as Tanner. I haven't beat it yet. I'm still I haven't gotten to the second half, I guess, of the game yet.
Yeah, I'm partway through the second half there, so I at least saw that, and there's some interesting stuff that does with that. Oh boy. So it's good though. It's really good, and definitely one that I want to pick up the DLC for, to see what that story DLC will be, because that's going to be interesting. Yeah.
Cool. Number 4 for you, Nino?
All right, number 4 is Spark the Electric Jester 2, which is a bit of a weird pull. But this year I decided, after seeing the final trailer for Spark 2, to give both of the Spark games a try. And I wasn't a huge fan of the first one.
Oh, it's controversial for Tanner there.
Yeah, I know Tanner disagrees.
I do, but it's fine. Go ahead.
I just think Spark 2 was a lot tighter, I guess. The levels in Spark 1 were very large, kind of Metroidvania-esque, I thought. There were a lot of different paths that took you to a lot of different little goodies, but I didn't much care for those goodies in the first place. So I just ended up getting lost and aggravated in a lot of the levels. Excuse me. Spark 2 is a lot more linear, and I guess that's kind of why I like it. I like the incentivized speed running of the game. I like just blasting through it in the tour mode without having to go through any of the cutscenes, because I'll be real, I don't want to see a lot of the cutscenes in Spark. I don't much enjoy them. They're
okay,
very,
why?
But they are like 2000s era edgy cringe stuff. But okay, Be happy though that after everyone complained from the initial trailers, they took out the swears.
Oh, there were swears.
Initially, the story was full of
Oh
swears,
my
and it
God.
was like everyone was like, "Oh, this is kind of
Cringe, bro.
kind of cringe," but it still is. Yeah, I find it at least a bit charming in its cringe because it reminds you of that. It reminds you of that Shadow the Hedgehog era
Mm.
of
Yeah.
putting a gun to Sonic's head. But it's yeah. I get where you're coming from though, where I liked Spark 1 more because it was a game that just kept on giving, like it kept going and going and going, and I really liked that. Um but as a like to pick up and play, yeah, Spark 2 for gameplay would be way more fun to just speed run through, right? Because you can do crazy stuff with it. I will say though, I think for me, Spark 1 and Spark 2 is a Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2 situation where, yes, the second game is mechanically better, but the escalation of the first game is what I like more. I feel like Spark 2 climaxes too early, where Spark 1, you really build up to it, and I like that. So that's just where I'm at with that.
Okay.
But no, I think it's definitely deserved to be on that list because it is a wild, fun game.
Cool. Is that all you have to say, Nino?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. So my number 3. This is where it's going to get interesting from here on out.
Okay.
My number 3 is Persona Q2.
Wow.
Yeah. I played it after I finished 4 Golden, so I was kind of like feeling that burnout of it, especially near the very end. But like, it was the first. I didn't play the first Q, obviously.
Yeah.
But like the second one, I just really enjoyed like creating the map, and like all the character interactions between like the 3, 4, and 5 cast was really cool. I like did almost every side mission I could because I just loved the interaction so much. The movies themselves were really cool and varied, and like played off everyone's like the first one was like based off Persona 5, the second one 4, the third one 3, and then so on and so forth. But I just liked how solid it all was for a 3DS game. You know? Yeah.
That's just a solid RPG.
And it was
nice.
When it ended, I was kind of sad because like I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, if only you could play more Persona games.
Darn.
If only there was another one coming out soon.
Darn.
Darn it.
But like the way they wrapped it up and all that
Yeah.
was like cool, and like, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was good.
You played it, Nino?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
did-
beat it.
Oh yeah. What do you think?
I think I did like it better than Q1. Because there are so many characters, it was a lot harder for every single character to get like
Mm-hmm.
enough lines of dialogue. But I kind of think that helped the game because in Q1, having only the Persona 3 and Persona 4 cast, a lot of them were able to show their very memey sides to them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of their personalities got reduced to like single traits
Yeah.
that people remember about them, but that's not all the characters were. And that wasn't as much the case in Persona Q2, but I kind of don't want to give it an edge because of that, because of the fact that there are so many characters. It's hard to have those memes all put into one game.
I felt like the way they did it and how they did it well was like they put characters into their own unique like groups almost. Like here are the goofy guys and here are the mascots that were like played, and the way they played off each other was dynamic and like fluid and wasn't forced. I felt.
Yeah, that's fair. And
Yeah.
that actually, now that I think about it, is a pretty good way of doing it. Like you have the best friend character,
Mhm.
but by having all the best friend characters together, you can see how they are actually different from each other.
Did you do the side quest of like the murder mystery, the popcorn one?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, I did.
That's
I
like
did all
my
the side quests.
one of my favorite side quests in that game. Love that one. Yeah, that's my number 3.
Okay, well, my number 3 is Bloodstained.
Oh, there you go.
So again, it was
There it is.
brought up once there. Yeah, I really liked it because it was just a fun game to run around, explore, get new powers, get see influences from other Vanias and be like, "Oh, hey, what a good reference to a game series that's dead," you know? There was the music was good. It was challenging until it wasn't, which I think is a good thing to feel in a Metroidvania. That feeling of you were getting so strong. When you make something strong, you feel like you're strong, right?
Yeah, you got that Crisagrim just
Yeah,
blasting
right.
you.
And it's like you get these really cool items, and there's bonus bosses, and there's stuff to unlock, and you have a customizable character, and there's tons of side quests, and that's what I like from a game. I like to have that wealth of content, right? And I'm looking forward to the DLC campaigns and the play as the bosses mode, and I'm actually really looking forward to the roguelike mode because I think that'll be a lot of fun to just run through with different stuff because the way that the base game controls is so good, right? Jumping off of enemies' heads, you can sequence break. There's just so much really good stuff in there. It's a solid package, and I really enjoyed it. Mind you, I did play on PC after hearing the Switch version was a little at launch, and hearing now that it's better. Still not amazing, but it's better. So that's good. But I think, yeah, I'll probably be just sticking with the PC version from now on just because of that.
All right.
But no, I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes of it. Because it's like the Shovel Knight roadmap of tons of stuff coming down the line, right? And I like that for indie games. It's a good way of handling it, I feel.
Cool.
All right. So my number 3, we're on number 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. Kingdom Hearts 3,
Okay.
fittingly. I really enjoyed my time with the game. I think it has some of the best world design in any of the Kingdom Hearts games. I really enjoyed the actual dialogue of the game.
Yes.
Some of the line reads I thought were kind of off, especially from Riku. I kind of think he didn't sound as natural as he does in other games. But in terms of all the other characters, I thought they were absolutely great. I think what it was is they brought in like the Disney team to help out
Yes.
with doing the dialogue, and it really helped out. The combat still isn't the peak of Kingdom Hearts. I don't think. I still think 2 has a bit better combat, but it's still like it's pretty much the second best in all of the Kingdom Hearts games.
So was it worth the wait?
Uh,
I say
well,
so.
the thing is, I didn't get into Kingdom Hearts until
Oh yeah, okay.
the 2010s,
Oh, you're
so I
so
didn't have to
lucky.
suffer
Oh, you're so
that much of
lucky.
the wait. Yeah, I didn't wait from like 2004 or whatever
Was
to
it that long?
2019.
But yeah.
Holy.
And I feel like I do enjoy some of the other handheld games, so that did help with the wait. Like I really enjoyed
Yeah, it's not
Dream
like
Drop
it's not like there
Distance,
was
for
no
example.
Kingdom Hearts in that time. It's just
Oh
that they
yeah.
were all spin-offs that didn't well they pushed forward the plot, but they didn't push it forward time-wise. It was like prequels and side quills and stuff. So people were like, "But we want to see what happens next." And like with Sora cuz none of them were with Sora.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. But it was a great time, and as you can tell, I'm still replaying the game again because it's just a damn good game.
and how about how that Pirates of the Caribbean world looks?
I
It looks like
well,
people like confuse it for the actual movie.
Like there was someone who posted it,
Yeah, I
and
saw
then they
that.
watched it, and then just Sora appears, and people were like, "Yo, wait, hold up."
it's great seeing tweets that are like, "Oh my god, I love that scene in the movie," from people who like clearly didn't watch the whole video to see that Sora was in it. It's pretty great. That actually, I think that was my favorite world, the Pirates world.
Yeah, because it felt like a self-contained almost game in itself, which was really cool.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's about it for KH3.
All right.
Numero dos, por favor.
So I was going between number 1 and number 2 for these two games a lot, and I think I finally settled on it. I think I'm finally ready to announce it.
Okay.
So my number 2 is Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Okay.
It looks phenomenal. It plays phenomenally. This was like, I played 7, which was my first Resident Evil game before the 2 remakes. So I was kind of just used to the first person stuff. And I'm like, oh, how would a third person Resident Evil feel like and like look like? And I was not disappointed at all. This game was one of the games that genuinely scared me, like terrified me. I remember those clips from earlier in the year with the Mr. X. So that's like a mark of a great game, I think. That a game can like genuinely scare me like that, because that's not easy for me. Because when you usually a scare game I play, it's like, oh, I just haha funny, stinky, that type of stuff.
Stop.
That type of jokey humor to like get the horror out, but like Mr. X, like the stalking, I'm like, I can't joke. I'm like legit terrified right now. But besides that, the actual mechanics of the game were fun. The survival aspects were really fun. The overall story was interesting. It wasn't really like, it took another playthrough for me to really get the story and what was really happening with everything. But I don't think that's like a knock against it. I feel like just like the other aspects were so strong that the story kind of took like not a backseat, but like
I wouldn't say Resident Evil is known for its story so much as it is for its what you do throughout it, right?
Mm-hmm. And I like the almost like Metroidvania part of it. Like you can go like anywhere. Like once you get to a certain part of the game, you can go like anywhere throughout the map, and there's different levels.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, you can like go all the way back, and you can open shortcuts and all that.
Huh,
And, like,
cool.
Yeah.
Didn't know about that.
Really liked it. Did you play Nino?
No, I haven't, but
No.
I was watching your streams of the game, so
Oh, yeah,
I have a pretty good feel for it.
Yeah, so that's my number 2.
Okay.
Resident Evil 2.
Sounds good. Well, my number 2 is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, there you go.
So, for me, a lot of what Nino said still stands. It is a fun game to play. But yeah, the one big thing is the dialogue stops being Japanese. And by that I mean they speak like how they should be sounding. Like, in any other Kingdom Hearts game, you'll get the scenes of the Disney movies, but they'll be very off because they're clearly translated to Japanese and then back to English, which makes them way less poignant. We're here getting the Disney writers in. There's scenes that are just shot for shot recreations of the original movies. Characters are, you want to hear them talk because when they talk, it's funny or it's actually like well acted. And it's really good there. And I really enjoyed that. Yeah, like every world, they were well designed. It's like you get to see something where Woody from Toy Story says, you know, leave Xehanort to me. And because of how well it's done, you accept it. Like, it's done in a way that you can just play it and accept it, and it's fun. Some of the mini games are a bit not fun. Looking at you dancing, the dancing minigame to get all the items and stuff. Don't love that one. But there's just a lot to it that's really good. And there's so many... It does that thing where it ties in everything from the series. Also, one of the final moments of the game was taken almost directly from Nier Automata, which is really good when they take it from that game because I like that game a lot. So that's a really good moment that I really popped off at. I don't want to say it though, but all I'll say is that's the best way to incorporate a spin-off mobile game.
Okay.
That's the best way you can incorporate it. Well done. I clap for you at finding a way to do that.
All right. And your number 2, Nino?
My number 2 is Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer 2.
That's a good game.
I just bought that.
Yeah, I know. I want you to play it.
Yeah,
you should play it.
It's great. The music is amazing.
I haven't heard much of it. I've heard like little snippets. I'm like, okay, gotta stop. It's like one of those games that I need to like not hear the music and I need to wait until
Yeah,
I actually
hearing
play the
it
game.
in context is so important because I mean you're playing with it.
It's nice and dynamic too. Like, well, dang, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a fun time, and it's a relatively simple game as well. Like, you're not pressing a lot of buttons. It very much feels like a top-down Zelda game, but with this, rhythm-based movement and gameplay to it.
And
And
I heard
go
it
ahead.
was I heard it was on the shorter side.
It is.
It is, yes, but it kind of depends on how you play it. I typically go for everything in the game, like all the
I'm probably going to do that too when I play it.
But it also
all
helps
the.
it though because the game is randomized.
Oh,
It is
It's
actually
a
the
randomized
maps
game.
are random.
Every time you play it, you're given a different Hyrule.
interesting.
So literally, it's a game you can pick up and play through again, and you'll go through stuff totally differently. Different dungeon
Yep.
order, different item order. It's a randomized Hyrule every time.
That's cool.
So that's like, yeah, you got your Zelda randomizer mixed in with, that there. So I think that's really cool about
Yeah,
it.
I'll probably get on that soon. Cool. Anything else
Yeah.
to say on it, Nino?
Nah, not really. That's
No?
about it.
Cool. All right, so number one. And before I say my number one, I'm pretty sure you guys have the same number ones.
No,
No.
because you didn't play this one.
No, you guys do. You and Tanner and
Oh,
Nino.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, we probably
Tanner
do
and I
then, yeah.
definitely do.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Mine. So, interesting thing with this game. I didn't like it at first when I first played it, when I first finished it, but I stuck with it and did 100% of the game.
Oh, I know
And
what it is.
I fell in love with it. Hard. This game is called
Oh, I know.
Astral Chain.
There you go.
It's my game of the year. I went between Resident Evil 2 and Astral Chain because it's like the thing I said with like not liking it at first, and like I still feel like the story fell flat at the end, in a lot of ways. But I feel
Platinum game.
yeah, it's exactly it. I'm like,
The only time their story is good is when it's written by Square Enix.
but I feel like the post game with all like the challenges and like getting all the stuff in the levels really made me feel and learn, because even at the end of the game I fully didn't master the control, like how to work everything and how everything worked, but throughout that post game it just I learned to fall in love with it and like how it played, the music, the world. Like now that like I went through all the logs and all that to learn about the world, and it's just like it plays amazingly. And like once you get it down, and like once you get the beast leader, like the arm legion to do the sucky the absor-
If you want to try that again, buddy.
the absorbing that pulls all the enemies
gravity
close.
well?
The gravity well thing.
There you go.
Yeah, and then do the howling to knock or like to get them confused, and then have the sword legion like do the slashing, and like how it incorporates so many like aspects of Platinum games, like or the Metal Gear Rising.
Yep.
The slash, Wonderful 101 even with like the controlling multiple characters. Yep. There was another big one.
Well, Okami with the wolf.
Yeah, with the
right?
wolf. Just Star Platinum with
Yeah,
Arm
it's
Legion.
just Star Platinum. It's just a punch robot.
And then Axe. I think that was like kind of unique.
You'd argue a little bit like Monster Hunter, kind of, with like a great sword.
Yeah, but it feels like it didn't rip off any of that.
Yeah,
it felt like it like made it its own
Yep.
way. But like some of the, did you finish it?
No.
Like some of the ending stuff is like based right off an anime.
Oh,
you
of
showed
course,
me.
of course.
Like right out of it. I'm like, this is kind of like borderline copying, but that's like story stuff. That's stuff that like not truly important to the game, but I feel like it's definitely the most fun I've had with the game this year. And like the most time I've put into one.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting it to be. But I was for sure expecting Resident Evil 2 to be it. Or even Death Stranding, but again, I didn't get around to it as much. But yeah, Astral Chain is my game of the year, 2019.
Right. Nino, would you like
time.
to pull my devil trigger?
It's so good.
So good.
I love it.
It's so
Devil
good.
May Cry 5.
So I was thinking really hard about what my game of the year was, right? And for me, it was, again, I was kind of tossing it like, is it Kingdom Hearts 3? Is it Devil May Cry 5? And I think for me, what it comes down to is the way that Devil May Cry 5 was made leads up to a singular moment.
Please don't spoil
I'm
this.
not going to spoil it, but everything in that game leads up to one specific moment. And that moment, when it hits, it's like, I love video games. And it is so rad that it's like one of my favorite gaming moments of all time, right? It's that alone makes it my game of the year for that moment. Like the rest of the game is awesome, though I would have probably liked, that Virgil DLC. But the combat is so fun. The way they incorporate online is really cool and unique. Do you know how it works?
No.
Basically, in the backgrounds of levels, sometimes you'll see other characters who are like fighting their way through enemies. Those are recordings of players who played through that level, which is a different level, going through it.
Huh.
So like it will
Really?
play in the background their combat.
Hmm.
It's a cool way of doing it.
So I played the demo for it, and it didn't click for me for some reason.
Okay, but here's the thing. You don't start with all your stuff unlocked.
Like it felt like it was difficult to deal damage to the enemies.
Okay, we're using your gun a lot.
I think so.
Okay, gun is just for combo.
Okay.
Gun just for
Nino's
combo.
being really quiet right now.
Yeah, I'm seething over
judging me.
here.
It's
I am.
I mean, like, I think like I kind of just played it because like,
yeah,
I wanted to get it off
the hype
thing.
there, right? Yeah.
But I feel like once I actually do get around to it, whenever that'll be,
Yeah.
like I'll actually like really like it.
Yeah, it is just fun to play as these characters. Nero might be the most fun character in a character action game, and it
I disagree. I think
Okay.
Dante still takes it.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. Dante's a close second for sure, but I just love the way that you can grapple enemies and stuff, and his arms all do something crazy, which is so fun to try and incorporate. There's the system of you rev up your sword like a motorcycle, which is so cool. And if you do it right, you can hit the sword and immediately rev it for an instant rev. It's like it feels fun. And then there's Dante, who, Nino, would you like to take away how Dante feels? Because I'm sure you can put it into words better than I can.
Yeah. So Dante has a very everything in the kitchen sink approach.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you just have so many options when you're playing as Dante, which kind of spoils me on other action games. Because, say, like you're playing Bayonetta, you only have 2 sets of weapons that you can work with. But with Dante, any weapon that you obtain throughout the game is equipped to him, and you can choose whether or not you want to leave it on or take it off or rearrange the sequence of the weapons. Personally, I like to keep all of them on.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
just the way Devil May Cry works in general, it feels like each button is a function.
Mhm.
So you have your gun button, which changes functions when you change out your gun. And I use the word gun very loosely because not every weapon in the gun category of weapons is a gun.
Hats can be guns too.
Hats can be guns.
Hats can be
indeed.
guns too.
Huh.
It's weird. You just have to play it, man.
All right.
The same thing with swords. Your sword button changes function once you equip a different sword. Your style button, which is the thing unique to Dante, changes depending on the style that you have active, which is really difficult to get used to, switching between the style that lets you, for example, block an attack, the style that
Dante
lets you
naturally doesn't have a
dodge
block
an
button.
attack.
You have to be in the blocking style to block.
Yes.
Hmm.
But just Dante being able to fly around the entire screen, all the movement options that are available to him, what you can do with the enemy, just being able to do all these crazy joggles and cancels and hop off of the enemy step is the greatest thing in an action game. I just adore that.
Okay, so let me just break this down to you. You have 4 weapons, 4 guns, 4 styles, all that the different combinations do different things. And that's for singular attacks. Many of them have multiple.
Oh boy.
So by combining, you can do so many things. Oh, and some of them, not just directional inputs, but like forward back in attack, forward in attack. There's so much that it's daunting, but at the same time, you can just press buttons and just look so cool.
Cool. Anything else to say, Nino?
On Dante, not really.
So I fully believe that if Devil May Cry ended here, I would be happy.
Really?
I do feel like the way that it ends is such a perfect farewell to the series. Though there is still places it can go, I feel like if it were to end here, I would be happy.
I really don't want it to end.
Well, I mean, we heard what they said at the Game Awards, though.
Yeah.
They said Devil May Cry is back.
Oh, there you
Which
go.
makes you go, but wait, that ending though. Obviously they can. Nobody dies, so it's not like that type of ending. But it's not a spoiler. No, it's with. I just wanted to clarify. But it's an ending that if they would have ended with it, like it could have been a perfect ending for the series. But there is space for it to go, and I would love for them to do something else with like the characters because they feel fun to play.
Okay.
We didn't talk about the third playable character, V, who is this demon summoning type of dude, very edgy looking.
Yeah, very emo. So I liked playing as V, but by lacking a lot of depth, there's not much to say about him. It's just like you play as him and you're like, yep, he functions well, but there's not a ton to do, so it was fine.
Yeah, it's just the idea of having these multiple characters that you control. Basically just a bunch of stands that each button is a different stand.
Pretty
you
much.
know?
It's like you have a button that's one stand, a button that's another stand, and a super that summons your third stand. So it's
Okay.
like you get to play with them, and they are remote controlled. So you have to watch where you are versus where your stands are, and you do stuff. So it works well. It's
Yeah.
and unlike Astral Chain, they are not limited by distance.
Okay.
You can have them be way far over there, and you be somewhere else. So it works well. But it does. It's interesting, but it's way less in depth. Like there's no crazy arm system, there's no crazy style switching. It's just he is what he is. His moveset is what it is. And it's fun. The way that you have to do the finishing blow though, which sucked at first, and then you get the teleport and you're like, nope, it's all good.
Yeah. Talking about that a little bit, the way it works is basically you have your stands attacking the enemies, and once they've done enough damage to the enemy, you go in with your character in order to actually deal the kill. Kind of just cash out, I guess you could say, on all of the enemies that you've killed. And that's really where you're going to get a lot of the stylish stuff as V, because killing an enemy is what like builds up the style meter the most.
Mhm.
And the way so people like to make combo videos of Devil May Cry games, and they are just the most absurd, crazy things. And there have been some recent ones for V that actually do show off a lot of crazy things that he can do
Huh.
with his like teleporting around. For example, if you teleport to an enemy, you don't necessarily have to kill them once you reach them, even if they're like in the death area, like they don't have any health left. If you attack this enemy, they'll die. you can teleport to them, but cancel your teleport by summoning the third giant stand, and
Mm.
that'll blow the enemy away to set them up for more combos.
Hmm.
So it's really interesting stuff.
So what are they actually called? The stands?
Uh,
Shadow
Hedgehog?
and Griffin
Shadows in the game?
and Nightmare.
Nightmare. So
They're
they're
actually
actually enemies from Devil May Cry 1,
Oh.
bosses that you can fight
yeah,
in that
you
game.
literally summon the bosses of Devil May Cry 1
Oh, that's
that
cool.
you control now, which is cool. Well, one of them's just an enemy. He's not really a boss, but the
Yeah.
other two are bosses, which is cool. I like it.
All right.
And can we talk about those taunts though, being the best taunts in video games?
It's the fact that you can taunt in the air
Dude,
as well.
air taunts.
Really?
Air
The
taunts.
best
And they're
thing
the best
ever.
taunts. Like, air taunts are legit. You will use them in combat. They are the best. I love the air taunts.
It's so amazing. I recommend that anyone plays Devil May Cry.
Honestly, you don't even need the story of the rest of them. I would say just go play it. You're fine.
But I want that satisfaction of the ending there.
No, you'll get it regardless, it feels like.
Really?
Like, the only one you really need is 4. Like, there's a little bit of 3 in there, but only 4.
Well, I'll play
really.
3, 4, and then 5.
That's all you need. That's really all you need. There's a bit of nostalgia for 1, but do not play. Don't play
Don't.
DMC2. It's not worth it. It's not.
All right.
It's such a bad game. Oh my god.
Have you been playing it since the beginning, Nino?
Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
No, I also got into this series. I got into it with the reboot DMC Devil May Cry.
Okay.
Which is
So-
it's still a fun game. It's just, it's not the same world or anything.
Yeah, the definitive edition was kind of rebalanced by Capcom, which made it be a good Devil May Cry game.
Okay.
Not an amazing one, but a good one.
Cool. All right. So my game of the year is Astral Chain, and your guys' is DMC5.
Yes, it is.
Cool. So, all good?
I think that about covers it. Unless we want to say what our
Oh, yeah, that's right.
this year game of the year games are.
We don't have to go in depth with these
Nope.
ones, but
No, mine, and I only have 2.
Me too.
One of them is pretty obvious, Fate. I've talked about that. But my other one is Sakura Wars 5, So Long My Love. That game is the most amazing depiction of New York and the United States I've ever seen Japan construct. It is beyond being a stereotype, beyond being a utopian dream. It is the most amazing version of the world I've ever seen. It ends, like, not even a spoiler, but there's a scene where the Statue of Liberty does the Saturday Night Fever John Travolta pose,
oh my god.
and it launches 1,000 koi missiles from the ocean, and it's just like you're watching this and you're like, I love video games. It's so stupid. It's the best. Nothing will ever approach it because the rest of them are in Japan, which is not nearly as absurd.
Cool. So mine, Red Dead Redemption 2, I finished this year.
Yep.
Don't think it was as good as the first one, but I still, like, looking back on it, I like really loved it, and I'm planning to play it again because they added like new story stuff and like new missions. So there's just the way the game looks, and like it's a bit stiff here and there, but like I still love the immersion it gives you.
Yeah, shrinking horse testicles.
Yes. The other one, Hollow Knight, I played this year.
Yeah.
If not for like the made this year rule, that'd be my number one. Hollow Knight would be number one for sure. Just loved, probably like the best Metroidvania game I've ever played. The music, the style, the combat moves you get, just all incredible.
Yeah.
Then Crash Team Racing Natural Field.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun little
that
one.
wasn't this year?
That was this year, but it wasn't on my
Okay.
list.
It's just an honorable mention. Okay.
Yeah. It was fun. Online is pretty much just like, can you finish the race instead of winning the race?
Oh.
Because people finish like so soon before you that it's like the timer runs out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Persona 4 Golden. I mean,
Yeah.
amazing. Like, I felt genuine sadness when I like unplugged the PS TV
Right.
because it was over.
Yeah.
Could talk about that for a long time, but I won't. And then the Banjo games. Banjo first one was great. Second one not so great. Kind of actually trash. But besides that, yeah, that's pretty much all I played this year.
Okay.
I would have played Luigi's Mansion. I would have played Dragon Quest. I would have played Fire Emblem. I would have played DMC5. I would have played Link's Awakening. But all those games just kind of came out when I was like moving. So
Yep. Bad times.
yeah. All right. What about
You
you, Nino?
literally just said two of the games. The two games, Dragon Quest 11, which technically is an older game. They just made the new Switch version,
Mhm.
added some stuff to it. I really loved it. I don't want to. Well, actually, the demo I think is a really great way to experience the part that made me really fall in love with the game. It gave me the same feelings that Xenoblade Chronicles 1 did, which has to do with the fact that the characters kind of have a very similar ability between them, Shulk and the Luminary.
Okay.
It's similar, but it's kind of different. But just the moment where you're kind of going back to your hometown the first time,
Okay.
I feel like that's vague enough.
Mhm.
That's really when I thought.
Nope, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah. It made me cry a couple times. Not gonna lie.
Well, I need to play it. I really want to play it.
I mean, you have it. It's free.
What?
The first
The
30
the demo.
hours, dude.
Well, like that's a lot of time.
That is, yeah. Yep.
And what was the other game?
And the second game is the Link's Awakening remake.
Okay.
Link's Awakening is a game that I've played. Like it was one of my first games ever, but playing it on the remake really made me realize how actually good the game is. On the original version, it was really hard to like memorize where things were and figure out like the map of the world, figure out the dungeons, especially because it was screen by screen.
Yep.
In the Game Boy version, and now having things be a lot smoother, there aren't as many transitions. I just had a much better time with it, and they added some cool stuff to the game that I think players of the original Link's Awakening could appreciate.
Okay. Cool.
That's about it.
That's about it.
All right.
Okay.
So, this is where now we will be giving each other
Oh right.
a
Yeah, I forgot about
foreign exchange item for the next podcast. So, Adrian, do you have yours ready to go?
Yeah, kind of. I'm just kind of organizing my border battle cards here because
Okay.
I completely forgot about the foreign exchange.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Okay, so
I forgot about our main segment. So
okay,
that shows how
let's
practice I am.
start with the question of is yours something to watch or to play?
to watch.
It's to watch.
And
Same for me.
okay.
And you are obviously handing me something, so it is something physical.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's action movies. It's going to be 3 movies.
3 movies.
Oh,
You have time
great!
for
I
this?
already figured it out.
3 movies. Okay.
No, you didn't. I don't think you did, Nino. I didn't even tell you.
Let's see. 3 movies.
Come on.
So okay, is it a trilogy?
No, it's there are 6 movies, but I'm going to give
never
you
mind.
3.
I don't know what it is.
6 movies based on
What did you think it was, Nino?
I thought it was John Wick.
No.
No, he already gave me John Wick 1.
Oh.
So
I forget.
Oops.
6 movies.
But I'm only giving you 3, which are the best 3 out of the 6.
Cars trilogy.
There's not 6 of those.
Well,
There's
if you count
the Planes
planes.
movies.
Oh no,
Right.
no, it's
And
not
if you
that.
count Mater's Tall Tales.
Shut up.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, action 6 movies. Are the 3 chronological?
Yes.
Okay, are they like the first 3?
No.
Okay.
The second 3.
The second 3?
So it's 4, 5, 6.
Star Wars?
I was gonna say Star Wars, but
No.
I know you wouldn't give me Star Wars because I watched Star Wars so much as a kid. I wouldn't say that's even action.
It's like, yeah, it's your typical like action movie that like has insane set pieces. Like
Transformers.
no, it's a lot of espionage and
James Bond.
no. There's like 40 of those.
I know, that's why I was confused. How many?
I'm trying to figure out.
How many? What's his name? Bourne? The Bourne movies?
No, you're getting closer though.
Getting closer. Frick.
Yeah, like I'd be spoiling it for you.
Can you give me a single word in the title?
No.
Frick.
Because yeah, it's two words.
2 words.
That's the main title, and then 4, 5, and 6 have their own subtitles.
Not
Die
Jason
Hard?
Bourne,
No.
Not
You're getting closer, Nino.
Die Hard's closer.
Yeah. Their action movies are your typical Hollywood big blockbuster action movies. And the 6th one came out earlier last year. No, last year.
Taken?
No.
Give me an actor.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg?
Yeah. I feel like that, like people got that. Few people
You
listening.
know I don't know Western movies, dude. You know I don't.
If I give you the main actor, it's going to give it away.
Give me the main actor.
Tom Cruise.
Oh! Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I've actually seen, I think, like 1 and 2.
Okay.
So
I want you to watch Ghost Protocol,
okay.
Rogue Nation, and Fallout.
Okay.
Because those are like the best ones.
No Skyrim?
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
I can do that.
And I
Okay.
got that set on Black Friday for $17.
Nice.
All 6 movies.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is quite possibly one of the farthest opposites to this we can think about.
Is it Fate?
It's not Fate.
Okay. That's like
not
I gotta
Fate.
open that with it. every
No,
time now.
Fate is actually surprisingly close for certain things. This is a brand new, just finishing up anime.
Is it long?
It's 12 episodes.
Okay.
then it's not Dr. Stone.
It's not Dr. Stone. It is a genre twisting one. I'm not even, you're not going to guess it.
No.
You're going to literally never have heard of this one.
Okay.
But I want you to watch it because it is so kind of subversive. Not like Evangelion levels of subversive. You're not going to come out of
Is
this
it Hunter x
hating
Hunter?
life. It's not Hunter x Hunter. Dude, Hunter x Hunter is not 12 episodes. Oh no, this is a short and sweet 12 episodes.
Okay.
I actually, before you gave me the movies, I was initially going to say you only have to watch 5 episodes because I want you to kind of just get a feel of it. But I mean, if it's, you can watch the season then and you can enjoy it. It's only in Japanese. But it is on Crunchyroll, which you have access to.
Oh, so you don't have the physical.
No, I don't have it. Dude, episode 12 is not out yet. So it's like, it's just finishing.
Oh.
When I say it's just finishing, it is just finishing. So the name of it is Oresuki. So
Okay.
Oresuki, which is short for Ore wa suki nano wa omae dake kayo, which is, are you the only one who likes me? It is, I'll show you the picture right here. This is,
Oh, it's the guy that looks like Beat.
it's the guy that looks like Beat.
The girl,
The girl right here.
right?
This one.
That's a picture he used before. Or maybe it's like meme reaction.
I want you all to know Adrian is pointing at a picture of the girl from the Metamorphosis Doujinshi, which, if you know about, that is, bud, you do not want to know the source of that one.
Okay.
But no, it is right here. It's called Oresuki. It is on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you read the description because it's best to go in blind. But all I'm going to say is, you will be like, I was feeling things from this I wasn't expecting. Myriads of emotions.
Okay.
So,
You're gonna have to send me the name of that over
It
Messenger.
is, yeah. Well, I will. Don't worry. It's up there on the Crunchyroll, so you can give it a watch there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what you think of it.
Sounds good.
All right, and now it's time for our border battle. For those of you who are new or we have super fight cards, one set from the west and one set from the east, where we will be drawing a set of 5 cards. We will be determining who our combatants will be, and then we will be drawing our sets of powers, which we can either use on us or give to the opponent. Then we will reenact a fight or confrontation in a empty New York City. I like to think of it as the Jump Force stage because that's the easiest way to visualize it. And then normally we have the viewers decide who the winner would be. But in this case, we do have a judge,
Yes.
Nino. So Nino will get to even ask questions to determine who he thinks will be the winner. So we each have our decks of white cards, which are our characters, and we are now drawing our first 5. As a reminder, mine are comprised of characters that are very Japanese, and his are a little more Western there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh wow, these were not shuffled well.
Mine were...
Good thing, Nino. Good thing you're here.
What does that mean? What does that
Do you know what that means, Nino?
No, I don't.
You'll understand more than Tanner
Okay.
does.
All right.
All right, so I found my character, and I'm putting the rest of mine back.
And
And I'm going to draw now my 5 power-up cards.
I'm gonna draw my character, and I'm gonna put mine to the
3,
side.
4, 5, and the power-up cards are
don't
ones...
look at it.
I'm not looking at
You
it.
look directly at it.
I literally couldn't see. My knee is in the way. But our power-up cards are ones that are for both the East and the West, so we can get characters from things in the West using East stuff. So that's pretty fun.
How many do I have? I have 4, 5. Okay. How you doing, Nino?
I'm doing fine.
Doing fine? You're
Waiting with bated breath.
Ooh. These powers are all kind of about even. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If you always let him go, my mom says to pick the very best one, and you are it. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna put that one face up so we know it's a discard.
So we need 2?
Are we doing 2 or 1?
What did we do last time?
I think last time we did 2. Right, so let's do 2. Well, I can pick both then. Perfect.
Okay, so I'm definitely not going to use these 2.
The thinking process.
I'm going to
It's a tough
do
one.
these 2.
Okay. Would we like to reveal any of our ones that we didn't pick?
We'll do that after.
After?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
who's going first there?
would you like to go first?
Sure.
Sure.
So my character
Yep.
is Michonne from The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I understand now.
And then she's armed just with her katana, of course, but she is also armed with a long electrified whip.
Okay.
And she's also unaffected by impact.
What does that mean?
So she can get punched, but it's not going to do anything.
Are we
It's
talking
not going to do anything.
physically?
It's not like if she gets punched by like a One Piece Luffy fist, it won't send her back.
It
but
won't
it will
send her
so
back?
I think
No recoil.
no recoil, but there's the damage still.
Okay. I took that as, in my head, as the other way around, as it wouldn't hurt her,
Invulnerable to strike damage.
but she would still move.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. We'll do that.
We're going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'd prefer it the other way. But that's fine. Okay, well, I am a battle cyborg, generic, who is 3 stories tall and can clone itself, but each clone is half the size of the previous.
So what are the limits on that?
The limits are I can keep cloning until it's too small to be effective.
Okay.
Okay,
So you are a cyborg, which means you do have fleshy parts to you.
is that the definition of a cyborg?
Yeah, cyborg is part human, part robot.
I'm gonna give a quick Google to the term.
No Google. Let's actually not do this.
Battle cyborg.
Nope, because you're cheating.
Okay, fine. No Google. No Google then.
Yeah, if you want like straight up robot, it probably would have used like the word android.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Cyborg is, yeah, because like Frankie is a cyborg. So okay.
So we're in New York, so I can go up inside the billions. And
Yes.
Michonne is very agile.
She is.
Yes, and she has an electrified whip, so that can also short circuit your robot parts.
Okay. But there's the fact that because I am 3 stories tall, I can create clones of myself that are half the size. So that means that my first clone would be 1.5 stories tall. And then I would make another clone that is going to be 0.75 stories tall. Then I'll make another one that's smaller than that one. And I will start by creating about 8 clones of smaller sizes.
Okay.
Which would probably make the last one be about the size of her kneecaps, right? So while you're dealing with the big one outside, there are multiple smaller ones that are trying to get her at the same time. And
But a majority of those are too big to fit into billions.
the majority are, but they're not too big to punch through the buildings because a battle cyborg does not care about the state of the buildings in New York City.
Okay, but if you punch me, I'm unaffected.
You are unaffected, but cyborgs have weaponry, including stuff like flamethrowers, including stuff like buzz saws, including stuff like nipple lights that can flash you and distract you. So
That's a good one.
because of that, they don't care that you're impervious to, say, impact damage, because there's various other ways to deal the damage.
Michonne is very agile, and she isn't easily takedownable.
Okay, she's
for lack
not.
For lack of a better word.
But at the same
She
time,
can also use her katana to cut those fleshy bits.
the katana has to approach, though. Right? The
So
katana.
she can also throw it, and she can grab it with her electric whip back into her hand.
Can we get a read on that, Judge? Does she do that?
That is a bit absurd.
Right?
Like,
She
that
can
doesn't
tie
sound-
the electric whip to the katana, and then she can use it as like a.
That's fair.
That's
Throwing
fair.
it
That's fair. Yeah,
as
that's
a
fair.
katana and then
Throwing it and catching it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say no to that, but okay, spinning around. Okay, fair enough. So my little dudes though.
So I can throw it like a spear. A spear, and then I can also bring it back.
Okay, Nero. So here's the thing though. You know how I said that I can make 8 that are about, then the last one will be about kneecap size?
Okay.
Is there anything saying that I can't make more that are smaller?
I don't think so.
So
Just
where
keep going.
where do you? So let's say the big one is the one that's like the hive mind.
Yes.
So if I just attack the hive mind a lot, and I just go on because half the size, right? So if I'm just in the head area, there's they can only use shooty things like guns.
No, it can wave its arms around to try and get you into a place where it can then fire a flamethrower at you.
Okay, but if you grab me, I have the electric whip I can just use to keep your
To refill my batteries.
to
Mhm.
short circuit you.
Would it? That's the question.
Would
We
it,
don't
Nino?
know.
It's a big robot. It requires a lot of energy, right?
It does, right?
Yeah.
So I would think it'd be very hard to overload the robot, considering it's so huge. It's probably expending a lot of energy to just move around.
Bro, you just
So-
healed me.
Yeah.
You just refilled my MP.
Shit.
So now, what I'm just gonna do is you know what? This cyborg will just get onto its knees, let's say it's human-like, and just turn its arms into chainsaws, or use its chainsaws, however, and just spin around. And I'm talking, this thing is like Jack 6 from Tekken, where it's just on the ground, going ham, disregarding looking like a human, right? To just be a spinning death kill machine.
Okay, put the katana into the fleshy bit and hold on for dear life until you stop, because you'll have to stop eventually.
I have to stop eventually. Well, here come my millions of like atom-sized robots that I've created through the cloning process. They're each half the size, so you keep going down, and they are swarming around you, right? These little tiny robots, various sizes, but the smallest being Ant-Man, getting to the nuclear size, right? They go into the bloodstream because they can just crawl in and go right into any open wound, of which Michonne would have a couple because of the fact that she has dealt with zombambos before, and that's a dirty world where you can't just suture yourself up. Once they're inside of there, they can just explode.
I think that's where we'll leave it, because
Okay.
we're close to 3:30 here, so.
We got to get going after this, so we got to get going through our stuff. So, Nino, what is your verdict?
Gotta say, the robot is pretty convincing. I did have a counterpoint to the smaller robots, though.
Okay.
Since they are smaller and they don't probably require as much energy to move, the electric whip would be more
Yes.
effective at short-circuiting those ones.
Fair enough. So, do you have a judgment, or would you like to leave it up to the audience?
I'll vote on the straw poll. All right.
Okay,
I'll vote on
straw poll it is. We'll have one up in the comments. You can vote on there to see who you think will win.
Cool.
All right, so what were your other choices that you gave up?
I put those away already.
Okay, well, mine were an evil doll, a child prodigy, speed racer, or a K-pop star. And my moves were learned to fight through mail order classes in kung fu movies, covers the retreat with grenades, or reading a Pokedex entry about the opponent. So those would not have helped me too much, and I think I picked the best. No, those are the English pack. Don't mix up English and Japan. Those are very different countries.
Okay.
We can't have them cross over. The balance must be
Even
kept.
though that's the point of our podcast.
I know. All right.
So should we skip the questions and save them for next time?
I think we'll probably save our questions for next time because
JoJo, we want to
running out of time. You
dedicate
wanted
to-
to get to your JoJo stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll just bump them back. If you guys want to leave more questions next
Yes.
time, we'll have a
We'll
longer
have a-
section for that there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Nino, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. It has been such a fun time.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm sure we'll see about getting you back some other time, and we'll see about getting other people and doing this a bit more. Now that we have the setup, because that was one of our problems, was making sure we had a setup, because we didn't want the reverb, so I got a splitter and everything. So
Cool.
it's all Gucci now.
So where can they find you, Nino?
Yeah.
I have a YouTube channel, which I do plan on uploading, as I said, the King of Cards playthrough 2. It's ImWithHelper. I also have a YouTube. I just said YouTube. I also have a Twitter. Excuse me. My Twitter is at Nino G Dorf. So at NINOGDORF, and where I tweet occasionally.
Very, very occasionally.
Yeah. Well, now that the ninja speed runs are happening in Mario Maker, I really enjoy that. So I'm probably going to be posting a lot of videos from that.
All right. Cool. So
Is there anything else you would like to say before you take your leave for lack of JoJo spoilers?
I really want there to be a Stone Ocean anime. That would be really nice.
Yes.
And I love you guys. You guys are great.
Thanks.
we love you
We
too.
love you too, except my sister. She thinks you're a cryptid. She's actually, she's legitimately terrified of you. Every time you're in the Discord, she's like, Nino scares me. And I'm like, why? She's like, he's a cryptid.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, even if I was, that wouldn't be a reason to.
And it's weird because she
Dislike
loves
me.
Mothman. So, like, what's up with that?
What's going on, Kai? Come on.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Nino. We'll talk to you later for some more of this stuff.
All right. See you next time, guys.
See ya.
All right. And with that, Nino has left us, and it is the two of us back alone. We can remove the headphones, which, I mean, I'm used to using for Let's Plays, but I'm sure Adrian is not used to.
They're on my ears.
Well, if you ever want to just bring in your own set of earbuds, you can also do that next time. So
Yeah.
I'll warn you for that. Okay. JoJo
Part
Part
7.
7.
Just literally finished it yesterday.
So if you have not read JoJo Part 7 and would like to keep your virgin eyes and ears, leave and bye. You can find me on YouTube at TannerOfTheNorth or Twitter at TannerLPeer. Also, if you want to find Nino, another place you can find him is on our Discord, which if you'd like access to, all it takes is at least $1 on our Patreon to get a link to the Discord forever. So you can go there, just so that we keep the riffraff out. It's really what it is. You can also find Adrian on Twitter as at Age1000, and also on our Discord, where he will occasionally say something, usually to the effect of, "Oh my god, will you guys stop talking about fighting games and listen to me about JoJo," or something else. Yeah, that's where you can find us. But if you are leaving us, goodbye. And
thank you for listening.
If you are not,
when are we doing January or December 29th?
I think that's a good time. Yeah, because we'll be done with Christmassy stuff, and we'll be able to come in, talk about our Christmas, talk about all that fun stuff, all that cool jazz. So that'll be probably the next time there. So we'll have a bit of time to watch our stuff.
And we are doing something. We're adding something.
Yes,
in
we
the
are.
near future.
We're looking at some more branding stuff.
Yes. Don't want to say anything specific
may
yet.
Include something that our listeners will get to take a part in. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, the visuals don't matter for a podcast, but our listeners will get a chance to hear something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then again, if you're leaving, bye. If you're not, spoilers will be starting in 3, 2, 1. I can't believe Jesus Christ was the first JoJo.
Pizza mozza, pizza mozza.
No, it's pizza mozzarella, pizza
Okay,
mozzarella, rella, pizza mozzarella.
When I hear it in All-Star Battle, it's just pizza mozza.
Is it?
Unless he says really quickly.
He does. Well, no, I remember hearing the full version in All-Star Battle.
Okay.
He definitely sings the whole version if you do the taunt that falls down, which makes people really mad because he sings the whole song.
So I have the thing listed here, all the volumes.
Okay.
So it starts out with the steel ball run race.
Yep. It's a race across America in the 1920s. People on horses everywhere. It is a race from one end of America to the other. You know the steel ball run is named after the cannonball run, which is a real event?
No, I didn't know that.
It is, yes.
Cool. So there's Johnny Joestar.
Yes, we're starting off with our first
alternate
character.
Universe. It was weird that it started out with Sandman.
Right?
And then Sandman died halfway through.
Remember, this started saying it's not JoJo, that it's its own new manga.
Yeah.
Before they're like, joke's on you, it's JoJo, which people pretty much tuned into when you had a Joestar and a Zappelli, and people were like, oh, those are interesting names. Stans, it's
there it is.
JoJo.
So there's Johnny Joestar. And they're just going to talk about these characters in general.
Okay.
Johnny, he started out because kind of almost like a Jonathan at the beginning, but as you go through, he really turned into his own really distinguished character. I really like his the fire in his eyes. And how,
that's in the first JoJo anime opening. When Jonathan climbs the stairs, he gets the fire in his eyes.
Oh, that's cool.
It's there for a brief second, but people were like, that's rad.
That is rad. Yeah, he's really cool. Okay, so I'm skipping to the very end here. I'm going to be going all over the place.
That's fine.
He gets the use of his legs back. How does he do that? How does that happen again?
The spin.
The infinite rotation?
The infinite rotation.
Reversed?
Yep, he puts it into his legs pretty much. Because remember, there's times where he gets the spin in his legs and he can move them for a bit. Mm-hmm. So with the infinite rotation, he can continually move his legs.
Cool. I really liked... Oh, there's Gyro, he's just a hoot all the way through.
Again, another case of, you can say, arguably the main character.
Yes.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. But I'd say less so than Bruno, less so than Palmer F.
Yeah.
Right? It's his is still a story of... It's still a Johnny story. He's not a background character like Giorno.
No.
He is still a main
I like how
focus.
there was a chapter just based on one of his jokes.
Yes.
Gyro. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, his jokes are the most insane thing because they are jokes from an Italian guy that are clearly written based on Japanese puns, then translated to English, meaning they are nonsensical. They make zero sense. And I love the fact that you can easily read how Johnny reacts to them as pure sarcasm. Where he's like, oh yeah, that's really funny. Like, that's really creative. Great job, Gyro. Like, you're doing really good. And you can either read that as, well, that's him being honest and saying, yeah, it's funny. Or you could read it as, that's really funny, buddy. Oh, I am yucking it up over here. And they make zero sense. The one about him with, like, the time and, like, at 3 o'clock. And, like, it
goes on
no sense. It goes on for so long.
It gets described at the bottom.
Yeah, and then the author's notes are there. And even the author's notes are, like, it really doesn't make a ton of sense.
So, starting out, there's Pocoloco.
Yes.
The stand Heya, which is just the good luck stand that kind of like fizzled out. He kind of like phased out of the story at a point.
Some JoJo characters seem to.
There's Sandman, we already talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I forget what his stand was all about. He had a really cool looking stand though.
Was his the one that, like, depending on, like, if you look on the left side, things disappear?
No,
or something?
that's Wicked People.
Oh right, yeah.
With the left side Axiom and
the
steel balls. There's
There's a lot. It's a big part. Sandman's stand is...
It looks really cool.
Here's Sandman. He has In a Silent Way, which does planting sounds like hazards.
It was basically like Koichi's.
Right.
Almost.
Right.
And sound storage and all that kind of stuff.
Right. God, it's been a long time since I read this. Yes, though, you're right.
Yeah, and he doesn't really show stand until like close to his death.
Yeah.
He was just kind of in the race for a bit. He was the one running.
Yeah.
He's just like a runner. And I really appreciate like how everyone had like, we saw like at the first, because I'm like, the race just kind of started and there was like, okay, not really much build up. And I was kind of worried. It was like, are we going to get like the reasons why? But like throughout the story, we like get deep into these characters.
Yep.
And like multiple flashbacks for Gyro's story. It just kind of sucked at the end because the kid just died.
It is the most bittersweet thing well, not even bittersweet, just bitter.
But it's realistic.
It's realistic. It's like, yeah, we fought so hard for this kid, died of cold. And it's like, yep, that's the...
Just shows how shitty... The whole part, again, I'm going all over the place here, but that's just how I talk. But like, the whole part felt not mature, but it felt real.
Well, I mean, you talk about mature, it moved out of Shonen Jump for kids and went into the young adult.
Well, that's
one.
what part 6 did. But
yeah,
like,
part 6 did, and this one really did.
Part 6 felt immature, but in a good way.
Yeah, yeah.
This one
definitely feels.
It was.
Yeah.
I think the alternate universe and the reset of everything and a fresh start for not just Rocky but the readers was necessary.
And I mean, even the art style changed because these characters in this looked real at times.
Mm-hmm.
Like the faces of them are so detailed. Some of those covers, and even just when you're reading it, you're like, wow, they look so good, right? For sure.
There's Mountain Tim and his stand with the rope.
Yes, yep.
There's the Boom Boom family.
Okay, but what about Ringo Road again?
Wait, before we get to him.
Okay.
There's the goth guy with his bird stand almost. That was terrifying.
God, I don't even... I remember what he looks like, but I don't remember his stand.
Oki. He had a weird name.
Okay, I'm just going to type in Steel Ball Run and I'll find all the characters here. Let's see here.
Then there was the alternate universe of the guy from part 2.
There was a couple...
Stroheim.
Yeah, there was alternate universe Stronheim. We got Mountain Tim, Hot Pants, Stronheim, the Boom Booms. You got Zenyatta Mondata, which is confusing because those are the localized names of Oingo and Boingo later.
Mrs. Robinson. That was the...
Mrs. Robinson. Kanye.
Yeah, that was...
Shigechi. Tarkus. Like, some of these are Really,
Oh, it was Oye Komova.
there was
That was the one I was talking about.
There was also Avdol,
Who
There's
died?
an
Like,
Avdol in
he was
there.
the first
Yeah,
person who
first
died.
one to die right away. Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, Mountain Tim there. I liked Hot Pants a lot.
Oh yeah, Beat loves
Hot
her.
Pants is awesome. Her stand is so interesting too.
Cream starter.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's because it's a stand that has so many functional uses.
And I got like Lucy out of a
Yeah,
bind there.
yeah. So I
So
don't even think we see. Yeah, right
This
here. The Oyakamova. Yep. The stand was Boku no Rhythm wo Kitukure.
yeah, that stand looked dope.
Listen to my rhythm.
It's the thing that like turns stuff into bonds. So basically, just Kira.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, dude, it's been a long time since I have read this.
Yeah, that's Mrs. Robertson. That was like the first stand
Yeah.
battle in the part. Then there was the whole fact that the Devil's Palm was like the alternate universe version of the arrow.
Yeah, it's
It's
interesting.
like just like you're in the vicinity of it and it moves.
yeah.
And it's like how they didn't really explain how people got
They
their stand
really
ability.
don't, but it's different in this universe for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Then there's Tusk, Johnny's stand.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was just the little tiny thing.
Yeah.
The whole way through, because I saw it just the tiny one,
Yeah.
Act 1, and then you got like Act 2, which was the moving bullet holes.
Yep.
And then Act 3, which was he can go into those bullet holes and like
Yep.
transfigure. And then Act 4, which is basically just another fuck you stand.
Pretty much.
What does it do exactly?
I think it's just that it gets the ability to deal heavy damage. Like it's just an evolution.
Okay. But it can also open up Love Train.
I think
And that was like one of the
just
coolest
physical strength there. Yeah.
Okay. Then Diego Brando and his Stand Scary Monsters, probably like my favorite character in this part.
Oh, he's a deeper character than
Yeah.
Dio was, right? Like it's interesting.
And like I felt like his motivation throughout the whole part after it was revealed, like his dad threw his mom and him out into the wilderness and they had to survive on their own.
Yeah.
And then his mom died from something minuscule.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, no, she had the food in her hands to feed Dio, and then she died from the infection she got from the burns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty tragic. And then just Dio wanted big, well, screw society. I want to just get back at them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's way better than just Dio in part 1.
Just who is just born as a horrible person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And his Stand Scary Monsters is so cool.
It's awesome.
When the bear turned into a T-Rex, it was like, what?
It does just though a little bit remind me of that one panel of the Spider-Man comic, which is like, but with that thing you could cure, cancer. It's like, I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn everyone into dinosaurs. A little bit of that.
Oh yeah, from the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I also love how his raptor form has Dio written on
Yeah.
it, but in like the dinosaur, it's so rad.
That's awesome. Then the True Man's World, Ringo.
Ringo Road again. That's people's one
What-
of their favorite ones.
What was his stand ability again?
It turned back time?
Oh, so it was like Kira again.
A little bit, but his is slightly different. I'm gonna bring it up because yeah, it's another time stand. It's another one for the remote.
Yeah.
And the question of who also is on that remote is Funny Valentine, which we'll get to.
Yeah, we'll get to him.
But that's another one on there. So his stand Mandem there lets him. So it says here, time rewind. By turning a hand on his wristwatch, he'll remind time by exactly 6 seconds, returning to how it was 6 seconds ago. However, he does not himself have to turn it, moving something like with a bullet would do it. The wrist is actually a psychological watch and is in theory unneeded to activate his power. So it is literally just turn back time 6 seconds, which he can just do whenever.
Okay.
Which is so cool.
During this arc, Johnny gets shot in the head, and he dies. He doesn't die though. Nope. It's okay. He's fine.
That's happened a couple times in JoJo though.
But like, okay, he gets shot in the
That's
head,
happened
and
a
I thought they
couple
would have
times.
played with it, be like, force Ringo to go back in time before then, but it never happened. He's just, I'm Johnny, I'm fine.
Guns and JoJo are kind of whack. They don't exactly work. There are characters with deadly injuries that are just like, I'm good. Just let us know.
Then there's the Promised Sugar Land Mountain. I really like the arc during the winter, like all the stand battles during the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sugar Mountain there with like.
Is that
you
the
have
one
to use everything.
They have
up.
to use everything up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Then,
one's crazy.
Because they were in the casino there and they didn't use everything
just-
up, and Gyro was like molding into the tree.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, fine, I'll use this somehow. And they were like trying to like spend everything, but they were like getting it all back somehow.
Yeah.
And then the stand with the multiple armed men that coming out of each other's bodies.
Oh, I don't even remember that one.
They had the faces on back of their heads. Tattoo you.
Tattoo you?
Yeah, these ones.
God, I don't remember half of this.
It functions
As a stand shared between them, enhancing their teamwork. 11 of them share it. They can phase into each other by using their tattoos as a portal. God, I don't even remember that, but I kind of do. Okay, yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, that one's crazy.
Yeah, that was a scary one. Then there was there's another one. There was like the Wrecking Ball with Weka Pipo and Magenta, which was pretty cool. Beat doesn't like Weka Pipo, but I think he's a pretty cool character.
I liked him. Yeah.
There were Tubular Bells. So when Lucy, I feel so bad for her.
Right?
She's a 14-year-old girl that literally is going to be turned into a Jesus, and like just the shit she went through.
Yep.
But then she infiltrated the White House. No, there's some sort of government building.
Yeah.
And then Tubular Bells here, which is just turning
anything into a balloon animal.
And then it pops, and then the nails like attack.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's actually really scary.
Yeah.
I don't like it too much.
No. Yeah, the Lucy infiltrated by using Hot Pants' ability.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stands in the part, Catch the Rainbow.
Catch the Rainbow.
With Blackmore. Ability to freeze raindrops. It's a very situational stand.
It is very.
But like once it's raining, it's like he's pretty powerful. You just freeze raindrops in the air and can go.
You can create blades out of them.
Yeah.
I don't remember half this. That face is very familiar though. Where have I seen that? I don't know where.
Beat has a t-shirt of him.
I think I've seen t-shirts. I think that might just be straight up an album cover.
Yeah, I really like the look of his stand too. It's just the mask.
God, the holes in the face from it. I don't like that. There's some jacked up stuff that happens this part. People get big wipeouts.
Oh yeah. Then going further down, the Civil War. You remember Civil War?
I remember the name of it, but I don't remember what it does.
The one.
It's the one that relies on its power, on its control over people's guilt.
The guilt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the garbage dump there. Manifest objects people have left behind, give it up and feel guilt towards.
And then it goes into their skin.
That is so specific.
Oh yeah. Hot Pants' backstory with her having to sacrifice her brother to the bear. And her feeling, that's the reason she's like in the race to get all the corpse parts. Mm-hmm. And like, all the people like, because he killed a bunch of people and then Johnny killed him. So then all the dead people started haunting him.
Yeah.
And then
that was cool. I remember that. Yeah.
And then how Johnny fixed that is that he just like, I think he got killed. But then it's been like,
it's such a crazy part where things happen. Yeah.
So like, but it was a really cool stand battle. And then all the corpse parts like gathering and all that was really cool. But Valentine eventually gets them all at the end there.
Yes.
And they like feel a huge like loss there. And then we get into I think after Civil War, they get into the part where it like starts like the beginning of the conclusion.
Yep.
and probably the most confusing arc in the entire series.
A little bit.
D4C.
D4C, dirty deeds, done dirt cheap.
So
remember when he appeared and he was fat?
Yeah. Okay.
And
so
then he went away. He just went away and it's fine.
when I saw that, I'm like, I've seen Valentine before.
Yeah.
Because he's like so noticeable. I'm like, he wasn't fat. And he's like, Peter's like, just keep reading. And then we learn like his stand is so cool.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, where do I start? It's like he's basically invincible with the ability to like go to dimensions. They just swap souls with one of his own.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
And there's infinite dimensions.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah.
And then he gets Love Train, the Jesus power.
The Jesus power.
Which makes him invincible +1.
Yep.
And it's like how... So would you say like who's the strongest stand villain?
Stand villain?
Yeah.
I'd say him.
You'd say more than Made in Heaven?
Well, but Made in Heaven kills the user pretty much too.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Like by resetting the entire universe, if you make one mistake, you're out of there too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right? So this one though is really good.
Basically, you're invincible. It's just an invincibility barrier.
It's what it is. It's
Yeah.
good luck.
And the whole final battle on the plains there,
yeah,
like with the train, was so good. I think Valentine's my new favorite villain. Just in the way.
And here's the thing. He's the antagonist, but everything that he does, he's doing it for the good of the United States of America.
Yeah.
He's actually not a evil character.
He doesn't want the power of the corpse to go and fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
And he sees Johnny as that wrong person.
Right? So he's a character that you're like, you're an obstacle, but you're not a horrible person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. Well, that's cool. The promotional video one I left there.
Yeah.
But there's the look of D4C. It was like a bunny rabbit.
Yep.
Looks awesome. What else? Chocolate Disco was kind of just, I didn't get it at all. I just kind of like
what was that one?
It. The one with the guy with the arms and the grid. If you remember.
I don't. That's why I'm pulling it up. Chocolate Disco. Forms in an arm. Where? I don't remember any of these. A grid of numbers appear. Pressing one of them, any object can be instantly teleported to them. By pressing F5, an object is teleported to F5, falling down. God, I don't remember.
This was like an in-between stand between like D4C and... Oh no, what the stand before?
Okay, so it's basically Battleship. Okay. Okay, sure.
But the whole thing with like who shot Johnny, that was so confusing because it's like, oh, it was Diego, no, it was Rebecca Pipo, but it was all three at the same time. And just the like how you take a person from one universe and the other one meets, they just explode
into mensch cubes, which I hate the visual look of, but it's like, yeah, it's just like they can't exist, so they overlap with each other, which causes them to break down in a horrible, horrible way.
It's incredibly painful.
Yeah.
So why did Diego sacrifice Rebecca Pipo? So he could get proof of how D4C worked?
Probably. I'm not sure.
Because Diego was like, thank you for your help. But I'm just gonna...
Well, because Diego was trying to kind of solve the mystery on his own too.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's kind of his own protagonist of his own story that you don't get to see. So I think that's what it was there. Yeah, by sacrificing him, he gets to see how it works out.
Yeah. That kind of sucked. I kind of like Rebecca Pipo. But then the whole thing with the final act when Diego was taking Lucy into the middle of the water.
Yeah.
To corner Valentine, and just how Gyro's okay, this is it, and then Valentine's just strolling up towards him because he knows he's invincible.
Absolutely.
He knows he there's nothing that can stop him, and then he dies, unfortunately. The whole thing with the steel ball, the chip on it.
That is the fate of a Zeppeli.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can't avoid that.
Beat said his fate was sealed when he said his name was Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
absolutely.
the whole thing with Johnny revealing his like bug bite fetish.
Yeah, that's weird. There's a couple weird things about Johnny. Johnny's a weirdo.
Yeah,
He's a weirdo compared to all the other JoJos.
but
where-
that's what makes him lovable.
yeah, right. Because he's also morally ambiguous. Like he's not exactly.
Because he was kind of a jerk.
He was.
Yeah.
Remember his pet mouse?
Yeah,
That
Danny.
kind of is
The alternate universe of Danny,
Alternate
yeah.
universe Danny. That
And
kind
how his like brother died and
Yep.
because of his actions
Yep.
and but you also kind of feel real bad for him
You
his
do,
dad.
yeah.
And I love that his dad came at the end to cheer him on. At the very end there.
How do you feel about spinning fingernails?
Like his Act 1 ability?
Yeah,
I feel like it's simple, but it's
weird. I don't understand how they spin. Do they spin this way?
yeah,
they spin-
I think they spin this way. And then they
would
shoot.
have
It's like a disc.
It's very strange. I would need to see it animated because
Yeah.
in the games they just show like a spinning thing around his finger like this, and so you're looking like that doesn't make any sense. And then he just drinks tea to get it back. That's all
Yeah.
you do. That's it.
Yep.
Fix your cuticles with chamomile tea.
Then Gyro's stand eventually gets revealed. Ball breaker.
Mm-hmm.
What does it do exactly? It's just the physical manifestation of. And I like how I watched a few videos on it.
It's the visualization of spin. Well, because spin is basically Hamon.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And so Hamon is actually what stands are made out of the same energy of, kind of. It only has one appearance, and the technique was flawed to the imperfect steel ball. So yeah, it's just the golden spin.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's
The
just
whole,
embodiment of
thing
golden
with infinite rotation, and which was really cool, and how the horses played a part.
spin. Yeah,
and
they
made it more
made
powerful.
the shape there, which is really cool.
It just like the way he died is like the imperfect steel ball that had the chip in it or whatever, and then like he was like just laying there like almost dead, and then Valentine just takes out his gun and
Multiple times.
like Jesus, that was like whoa, holy shit, you know, that's like it's like Valentine's not to be screwed with here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way he falls is like Tusk Act 4. Well, no, he shoots his horse in the leg, which kicks him up
Yep.
and then turns him into perfect rotation, and then which evolves into Act 4, which is just like it looks so weird, but at the same time Act 4 looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the coolest moments in like the part is where he just opens up Love Train
Yeah, right?
forcefully, and and Valentine's like, what the hell's going on? And then he gets hit with the infinite rotation, and then so how did you feel about Valentine's like fate? Like, do you think he deserved, because there's the whole thing with Diavolo and him not deserving that, and
You know,
because
the stuff
it didn't
was-
show how long he went through that,
it's true.
falling back into the hole.
Then
So it
again,
could've
the
been like,
stuff that he did to like Lucy,
oh yeah,
pretty rough. Also, the fact that she's like 14 and
yeah, it's
he's
even
like
worse.
49.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. He's a pretty bad dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he just, and it's
That must
weird
be-
because in the other one, because Diavolo was giving drugs to kids, which is pretty bad. But I think Honey Valentine
yeah, he
is
just-
a little worse
Yeah,
because it's more personal.
it is.
Kids don't have to do drugs, right?
No.
So I don't know, right?
What was I gonna say? Yeah, the visual of the spinning and him falling back into the hole looks so painful.
Oh yeah.
Oof. And then like Johnny was like, he's gonna come back, and then when he does come back, he just shoots him in the head. Well, no, he's gonna make the deal by bringing back Gyro, and the way Johnny like tested his if he was being truthful or not was to throw the gun over to see if he had the gun from the alternate dimension. But
Yes.
but Valentine's like, oh no, he caught me, so he tried to shoot, but Johnny got him right. And the whole finale is like, I base it off part 2's finale to like amounts of hype level.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think it's like it's up there.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's why people love this part.
Yeah, I love that
Right?
finale.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't the end.
wasn't.
So like they go to the end, at the end of the race, the last city, and then Lucy and Steven. Okay, the whole thing with Steven, like, was like afraid to tell me like her age because of like she was married to Steven.
Yeah.
And then revealed that she's like 14, and like that's not very cool of you, Steven.
Nope.
But it turns out it was to save her life and to like save their like family.
Yeah.
Which was really admirable of him, and it really became like a cool character. But going back, like Steven and Lucy see that like their horse tracks that came out of the hole. Like, what the hell is that? And then the shadow figure and all that. And then reveal it's Dio from but with the world.
Yes, Dio from another dimension with the world.
That was like such a pop off.
Like, wait, what?
And he had all the knives too. And it's like, oh, that was so cool. And the whole I read that like the high voltage arc kind of ruined the ending. But I feel like it was kind of like this was like the epilogue and like super final boss or whatever, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, sure.
But the whole thing, like Dio, he almost won. He was almost like got the control of him. But Lucy literally decapitated Diego, and the way Diego died was brutal too. But decapitated Diego's head.
Yep.
And brought it to the other Diego, and that's how he died. And learned that Johnny went to go. Is at the end taking Gyro's corpse back to his family so they can bury him. That's how it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty sad ending.
It is. It's you can almost think of it as like the opposite of part 1's ending, because instead of Speedwagon, going to America with the corpse of Jonathan, it's Johnny.
Oh yeah.
I mean, mind you, because
there's
Appelli died a bit earlier, so
yeah. But yeah, I think it's like thinking on it, I think it's my second favorite part. I think in my mind it's like part 2 still holds up by just how wacky and like
it's wacky
and how just batshit insane it is. But I think it's definitely second, and I'm ready to hop into part 8 soon.
Part 8 is different.
But I'm excited to
yeah,
read it,
well,
though.
I mean, every part's different, right? Every part is so different from the last, so they all have their own unique identity. And honestly, now would not even be too bad of a time to get into part 8, because it is, I think, approaching its finale.
Okay, Pete says the opposite. It says he thinks there's still no end in sight, story-wise.
Well, it's not that there's no end in sight. I mean, for one,
it's almost as long as part 7.
We don't exactly even know who the villain is. There's a couple different characters that could be like that part's villain. Maybe there is no true villain this part. We don't know, right? So we're gonna have to see. But
it said like volume 24. That's what Beat said.
It's been going for a bit. Yeah. So okay,
I'm glad I still have a lot to go, and it's almost coming up to the 1-year anniversary of me getting into the series.
Yeah, and once we get to the part 6 anime, you'll have forgotten half of what happened there.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the thing. That's why when you're like, but I'm worried about spoilers, like, you will not remember what happened. You will not.
Oh man, it's gonna be even longer to see like the whole like getting out of the prison arc and like Made in Heaven arc. I can't wait to see the animated.
But you're gonna just keep every week be like, oh my god, I forgot about this, right?
And how cool it was.
Yeah.
So still love JoJo.
All right.
So much.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, I got to get going out of here because I have a dinner to get to. And, well, you guys have your lives to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're listening to this at your house or in the car where I listen to my podcasts. I hope you all have a great time. We'll be back looking in late December. December 28th, 29th?
20th or 29th.
So we'll be back with, I am looking at the final 3 Mission Impossible movies. You are looking at Oresuki on Crunchyroll there. And when we get back, we will discuss those and have some more things to talk about. And Christmas stuff to talk about too.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Thank you all for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
命をかける戦いであっても